This is a smoke break song, or it might be a coffee song. Just everyone sing along, go and take a pee. This is a smoke break song, lunch lady's smoke break song. She doesn't write them to be alone, that's just the way it's gonna be. So what are y'all into? Hey Richie, have you drank a few? I drank a few too, back in '93. This is a Pete dance song, everybody better be getting on. Sit on the pot and pee, even if you have a wee. This is the beefcake song, he needs coffee for his drive to be gone from the house so he can make some money. This is an Aussie song, everyone just sing along. We'll sing hey true blue and green with the cooey. This is a British song, it's a quite proper song. We will all go mad unless you sing along. Okay, that's long enough for our professional smoker. Come back to your chat, great host Lee. Hotbox that cigarette, your song is over yet? My words I'm starting to forget because we don't ever sleep. Hit the like chicken, LL Cool Mom out. I'll be one ticking, LL Cool Mom out. Come on. Hotbox X is an Aussie song, everyone just sing along. We'll sing hey true blue and green with the cooey. This is a British song, it's a quite proper song. We will all go mad unless you sing along. Okay, that's long enough for our professional smoker. Come back to your chat, great host leading. Hot off that cigarette, your song is over yet? My words I'm starting to forget because we don't ever sleep. Hit the like chicken, LL Cool Mom out. Hope you want chicken, LL Cool Mom out. How? Hotbox. That's the only words I'm starting to forget because we don't ever sleep. Hit the like chicken, LL Cool Mom out. Whoa, come on. Yeah. This is a smoke break song, or it might be a coffee song. Just everyone sing along, go and take a pee. This is a smoke break song, lunch lady's smoke break song. She doesn't write them to be alone, that's just the way it's gonna be. So what are y'all into? Hey Richie, have you drank a few? I drank a few too, back in '93. This is a Pete dance song, everybody better be getting.
Hello. Can y'all hear me? Are we here?
Hello, Lenny. I'm here.
Why does it say
You
that?
hear
What
me?
happened? Can you hear? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Perfectly, yeah.
Perfectly, yeah.
Shut up.
You shut up.
You shut up.
You shut up, Maggie.
You shut up, Lenny. What would you do with her, guys? Eh? See? 2 seconds and already she's on my case.
I know, and you forgot to put up the whole thing, and I was like gonna start working on this, and
What
I
whole
was like,
thing?
fucking Maggie didn't even do the live yet. I mean, good God. No, she just did it like a couple hours ago.
She
just set it
wakes
up.
me to the bone. Wakes me
I
to the
do.
bone.
I do.
She doesn't.
I
Forgot all about it.
I absolutely love the overlays that you have made. just thank you so much for that. I appreciate you.
I haven't put the other one on here, have I? The one that I made before. I'll add that later when it goes to playlist. So what have we got tonight, Lee? What have we got?
All right. Well, I thought we would. I'm going so many different directions because there's so much to cover, but I'm trying to stay focused and I'm trying not to just, because we only have a certain amount of time and you got to kind of keep on a topic or else you just blow it all out there and then you forget what all you talked about. So tonight I thought we would talk about the things that are the evidence that they've got tying Kohberger to the scene.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to go right now. Figure out what they've got on him. And what we're going to show everybody is only things that we know that are factual. There's a lot of stuff out there, you guys, like fingernail stuff is the new thing that's just come out. His fingernails. There's just a lot, Maggie, that people are claiming that they've heard from this source and that source. Well, if we're not getting it right, you do. You do. Just take it for what it is. We know what we know. We don't know what we don't know. And don't believe me, there's enough. We don't have to keep adding
deal with
to
it until this trial.
Right.
As hard as it is.
That's what I think. So I'm, just trying to stay with that because I read something early this morning and I was like, oh, and then of course I researched it and it was somebody saying, well, a source close to the investigation said, well, if you're not going to name them, like I'm not naming them,
Yeah.
Let's see who all's here. Jay Brad. Hello, badass. Good to see you.
Hello, JB.
Digital Maniac. Hello, my friend. Good to see you, honey. Lizzo's here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Maggie's here. Wow, Mags is here.
I'm here.
Aussie True Crime. Sean, aloha.
Hi,
Good to see you. And everybody who's
in
the bushes. Thank you so much for being here. And our baby girl, C. Anderson, is here.
I see.
My firstborn child. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys have hit the like. Before we get started, Maggie, let's do a shout out to all of our Aussie friends.
Yep. Hello, Aussie. I hope you're all right and everything's calm where you are, love.
So if you don't know, they have got a cyclone headed, and I think what did they say tomorrow?
Tomorrow, going into tonight.
Is it going into tonight?
So it
tomorrow?
must be round now, going into my tomorrow. Yeah, because she said when I spoke to her this morning, it was tonight. So
okay, so fuck, I'll be up
all.
You guys, I'll be up all night worried about. Listen, I'll probably do a live tonight because I'll be worried about the Aussies. So, y'all, listen, say a prayer, please. Say a prayer for the people of Australia, not just the ones that come in here, but all of them that are in the. Listen, you guys know how devastating it was for us here when that hurricane came all the way up to North Carolina. We were like, what is going on? Because that doesn't happen. Well, they're in the same predicament. Lulu said that none of their infrastructures or houses are even built to withstand this kind of cycle.
They've never known this type of weather, have they?
Right. So it's I just pray that a miracle happens and it just dissipates or goes away. But please, you guys, let's keep our family in Australia and all the people there say in our prayers. I'll probably be live tonight, just following it. I'll come live on StreamYard and we will track it. That's what I'll do. Max. I'll come live tonight and start tracking it on StreamYard, and we'll look out for our friends. And I am really worried about them. I am.
Scary, isn't it? You know,
Yeah,
especially you never dealt with that type of weather before.
yeah, yeah. It is scary. Even if you well see hurricanes, which a hurricane and a cyclone is like the same thing, right? And really, they're my favorite of all the storms. If I had to go through a catastrophic um, event, weather event,
Really?
yeah, because you do get quite a bit of what do you call it? Notification that it's coming, and so you have the choice to get prepared or to get out. Now, Lulu said they've got all the boards up there on their windows. I hope Ozzy does too.
Oh, yeah.
Ozzy True Crime says, I'll be there to give live updates. Oh my God, that'll be perfect. The
Going
eye
straight
is coming
for us.
straight for us. Oh
Oh
my God.
my God.
So, Ozzy True Crime, I will have to, if you want to, uh, we can, go together on a live
Team up.
StreamYard. What do you call that? Team? Yeah, what do you call it? Where you duel them
Um,
together,
I forget what it's
and
called.
then your channel will be playing it, and my channel will be playing it if you want to. And if you want to, if not, I can just go live. Hello, Francois. Hello.
Hi,
Um,
Francois.
Yeah. So just let me know what you want to do. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. I'll go live. You could pop in and out whenever you can, especially during the eye. It'll get kind of quiet during the eye and you'll be able to give an update, and that'll be wonderful. So keep them in your prayers, y'all. I appreciate it so much. Second of all, I want to give a shout out to someone really, really special to all of us here. Um, I don't know if anybody has seen her, but I'm a little worried, and it hit me about 3 days ago.
Ew,
I have
say that
not heard
again.
from I said, I'm a little worried about someone who's very close to us here because I haven't heard from her. Our matriarch, Barbara Smith. If
Yeah.
anybody has heard from
Barbara.
her or seen her, please tell her that I miss her, and more so, I love her. I could reach out to her. I've got her on Messenger, but you guys know how I am about that. Some people just don't want, they want to be left alone, and I don't want to get involved. You know what I mean? If somebody doesn't want me involved, but um, Miss Barbara, if you're in here or you are going to listen to this on replay, or if somebody sees you out there on the streets, just know that I love you so much. I miss you. I hope you're well. You've been on my mind, and I'm praying for you.
Even to drop you a message, just a little message, to just say you're okay.
You think that's
So,
all right? I always get worried about doing it.
yeah. If people don't want to speak, they just don't answer. They'll just leave it until they can be bothered.
Okay.
So,
Well, then
Ozzy
I'll do
Crime
that.
said she's going to come to yours.
Okay. That'll be
Well,
just fine. That'll be just fine.
she won't be able to hold the stream.
All right. So what I'll do is as soon as we get off of here, I'll start just tracking it on my TV, and then because I've only had about 2.5 hours sleep, I will get a little nap in, and then we'll come and go live and start watching for it. All right. Let's jump right into this. You don't think she'd drop me? Okay. You don't think she'd mind?
No,
All
I
right.
think
Well,
she'd
I'll
be
just
fine with it. She'd be
okay.
fine. She'd
Okay.
be. It's nice to know someone's thinking of you, isn't it? You know.
I just
And if
never
you're
want.
not there, you're not there. But if you are, a little thing to say, I'm fine, Lee, I'm just having a break or whatever. Doesn't even have to say why, does she? As long as she knows
No.
she's okay.
I just never want anybody thinking that I'm only doing it because I want them in chat. You know what I mean? And that's not true at
No,
all. That's not
no.
true at all. So there we go. All right, let's jump into this. I'm trying to figure out I've got quite a few threads pulled up here. I think, Maggie, we're going to start off with some crime scene photos. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And then we'll bring Bryan Kohberger into this. But let's go back to the day of the crime when the police finally got there. Let's go the calm before the storm. Yeah. Lunch lady's here. Oh, lunch lady. Badass was
Hi,
fixing to block
Lunchy.
your butt, girl. Thank God you got in here on time. She said
We were
she's
going to wind it
blocking
up
you.
that we couldn't hear or see her. I deleted the message so she wouldn't see it when I said, so we'll just pretend we can't Can't see her.
All right. So I think we're going to go back to the day of the crime when the police started going in there, and also the days. This just didn't happen in one day, you guys. The crime scene people were there for several days, if not a week. And I do remember one thing that interests that. Oh man, I got creepy vibes whenever I just had it on the TV nonstop, watching ins and outs and everybody who was there. But I remember this one night. It was late at night, and I think it was the FBI. The FBI pulled up in a pickup truck with a shell on the pickup truck, and I think there were actually two, maybe not. Anyways, there was like 4 or 5 of them that had got out, and there was somebody reporting. I don't remember if it was Bryan or I don't remember who it was, but I was watching them. They were like, "Oh, maybe JLR. Did JLR go there yet?" No,
I'm
I
sure it
can't
was someone from
remember.
YouTube. I'm
Yeah,
sure it was. I'm not sure if it was JLR, but
it
I'm
must
sure
have
it
been
was
Bryan
someone.
then. It must have been because he works for News Nation. I was probably watching News Nation, and they pulled up across the street from the house, and they walked into the house. They were in the lights went on. This is after they had already turned off the lights. So pretty much it was, the scene was already filmed and pictured and everything done the way that it was with the lights on. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
when you go to a
as it
crime
was.
scene, if you got a lamp on, they leave the lamp on. If you've got a bedroom light on, that's how they get the first pictures. That's how they
Yeah.
view it. That's what they want to do. And then after they get that, then they turn on all the lights and really get to digging. This is what takes so long, guys. I mean, they're turning over every nook and cranny of that house.
Mm.
Well,
And
it
the
was
special
after the house.
lights. Yeah.
Yeah. And
See.
after I think the cars were already gone, and there was just a police officer out there still. And it was before it was boarded up, and the FBI went in, and you could see them flipping on lights. They had gone up to the second floor, which is where Maddie's room was. Not Maddie's, I'm sorry, Xana's room was. They were in there for a minute and a few minutes or whatever. Then they came out, and whoever I was watching said, "Hey, can you give us any details? What'd you have to go back to the house for?" For all we know, they could have taken a
Yeah.
sample of something. Obviously, they went in there to look at something again, right? And so I remember that night, and always that's the one thing that has just clicked in my head so much, seeing them. They didn't say a word, y'all, not one word, they didn't even bat an eye at those reporters out there. Totally professional, totally badasses, like my badass. And I mean, they just exuded to me. They're in these big ass coats. Their shoulders are this. I'm getting chill bumps thinking about it, Maggie. Their shoulders are this freaking wide, big old boys, right? Going in there. And I just thought, I just had so much respect. I was like,
Yeah.
respect, because I mean, they didn't say a word. They just said, I mean, it was like they couldn't even see those people standing there, walked right through them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, they're perfect.
I mean, it's what's facing them as well, isn't it? Leaning out these way.
And they're
Oh my
I mean,
God.
you could just tell they take it so seriously.
Yeah.
And you gotta love that, right? You gotta love that they're
Professional,
just
isn't it?
serious
Yeah.
about. Yes. Yes. Like we have a job to do. Just you have a job to do, stay there. I got a job to
Yeah.
do. I'm going in. I loved it. All right. So Lizzo posted the fair use disclaimer. Thank you so much for that. Maggie, can we scroll the fair use and take off
Yeah.
the layout, the overlay?
Uh-huh.
Fair use disclaimer. Copyright Act of 1976 gives allowance for this content to be used for purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal Use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now, Maggie and I want to put this out there. YouTube, don't come at us. All right, we've got our trigger warning up. Listen, protect
You
yourself.
need your avatar.
Where is my avatar?
It's gone.
YouTube hates me. Why? Oh, there I am.
There you are.
Hi, Detective Laney. This is a trigger warning. We're going to look at some of the photos. Now, of course, it's not inside the house. None of that has been released. These are just photos that came from outside the house, from different news organizations, from different things like that. The police, the FBI, any of the officials in this in this crime or investigation has not released any of the video withstanding. There was a new video that came out yesterday or today that showed a whole different and the only reason it came out is because Ann Taylor filed a motion, you guys, to have one of the videos taken out of have it suppressed in court. They don't want the jury seeing it. Now,
Do
what
you
it
know
shows,
which one it was?
yes, what it shows in her motions, she can't show the whole video in a motion, so she took clips out of a moving, screen. So you know how that is. Like with Delphi, it was really hard to get a clear picture because they're actually snapping a picture of a video.
Moving. Yeah.
That's what they had to do. They snapped a picture of the video to submit in their motion to have it suppressed. And we haven't heard from the judge on that yet either. And I just find it funny that now I don't know if it's able to be done. I don't know nothing about recording or pictures or anything like that. I don't know if you can get a clearer picture from that, or if she just chose to make sure the picture's kind of distorted and kind of blurry. I mean, I don't know how that works. I know in Delphi they couldn't get a better picture than what they had. So I'm giving them a little grace over that, but she's claiming that the car, it doesn't have any identifying markers that it could be the same car, or that it could be an Elantra, or that it could be, or that it's Bryan Kohberger's car. Now, if we're going to go that way, then I would think every bit of the video footage that they have could be thrown out, or she would ask for it all to be thrown out, right?
Yeah.
There's definitely some identifying marks on the car. And the number one thing that gets me about everything you can see and how they identified that it was an Elantra, and that put Bryan Kohberger as the person who owned that car is, in Idaho, you are required to have a front and rear license plate. On the pictures and the videos of the car that is seen that night, and believe you me, there's plenty of them, the car did not have a front facing license plate. Now, in Pennsylvania, where the car was registered,
He didn't need it, did he?
Did not need it. That is correct. Now, Maggie and I watched, I don't want to give his name here. You guys could figure it out. We did watch something where somebody went over. You guys may have already seen it, and that's fine. I'm just going to say it. Gray Hughes. I mean, it's not like he's going to, he'll be happy that I mentioned him. Not like he'll ever mention me, though.
Well, people are going to talk about it.
You big dick, Gray Hughes. Anyways, listen,
you never know, Lee.
Yeah, I don't like his presentation. I don't like his presentation as far as being, he knows. He knows he's a dick.
Really good. Great content.
But he's smart when it comes to mapping things out and
Yeah.
figuring
Brilliant.
things. He missed his calling. I
Mhm.
just have to tell Gray that you missed your calling. It's probably not too late to go back to some kind of, I don't know what you even call what he does, but he's fabulous at that, you guys. He really is. And
Yes.
we watched, was it a short we watched? Yeah, because it was 17 minutes long. And he talks about Bryan Kohberger being the unluckiest guy on the face of the earth, right? And he talks about all these different reasons Bryan Kohberger is could be, that he believes him to be guilty, and not just his views of it. He's doing the same thing I'm doing as far as going through the police reports and the affidavits and stuff like that. He said nobody could be this unlucky. I mean, and when the way he presents it, Maggie, what says you? It's brilliant.
I
Don't you
thought it
think
was
it's
brilliant. It's really good the way he puts the times and all his movements together. It's brilliant. You know, when you're sitting thinking about it, and then the way he says, no one could. You know, if you're doubting, if you're doubting that it was him, as I have, you know, he puts it all out there. Every movement, every ping, every where he was seen, the car was seen, and no one could be that unlucky.
Nobody could be that, and that's so much circumstance. Hey,
Yeah.
DTR, how you doing, lovely? Yeah, it just made. I mean, listen, when you're not guilty, you're not guilty, and I'm all for that. But when you're guilty, you're guilty, and I'm going to say it as Nancy Grace says it: if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Okay,
Whoa!
it is a duck,
Pardon,
Maggie.
Tellini.
It is a duck, Maggie. Chris Madonna. It's a duck. Maggie, I pulled up some of our girl.
Nice. Go on.
I pulled up some of our girl because who doesn't love a good dose of Nancy Grace? And if you don't, we all can't be friends. I'm just letting you know, Maggie and I love us some Nancy and Chris. Okay?
I
We
want to
can't
go
get
and
enough.
sit on her step. She opens the door, just be looking up at her. Yeah, you Nancy.
What's up, Nancy?
Yeah.
Your biggest
what's happening,
fans.
Gail?
We're fangirling. We're fangirling over
Can you
Nan.
sign that? Can you sign that for me, please?
Oh, she can sign yours up. The first thing I want to say to Nancy is, Nancy, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, Nancy. Nobody cares. And then she's going to be like, oh my God, I need you on panel so I can cue the mic. Kill the mic.
Did you see where she wiped the floor with Chris McDonald? I missed it. I just seen all the comments. I must have fell asleep. And people were saying there was no need the way she spoke to him. And another
No,
guy.
but I'm going to go back. He knows. Listen,
Yeah,
Chris
they all know,
McDonough,
don't they?
he was a cop. Okay. He's heard it all. And listen, that's what Nancy Grace does. And it works.
That's what she's known for, isn't it?
Yeah. And I used to hate her. I used to be like, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking mouth. Say one word. Say one more word, Nancy.
I'd love to see
Say
you up there
one
with
more
Leanie.
word. I'm coming for you. But now I'm just like, say it again, Nancy. I love her. We love her here. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. Listen, if you guys, I know Gray is hard to watch for a lot of people. He's got a lot of followers
me
though.
too.
But he's even hard for me. But when he just does these shorts on his on different things he's mapped out, or I watch it because I think he is brilliant.
Excellent.
I really do.
He really is. He puts the times, every movement.
Yeah, I mean,
everything for you to understand.
Well, you know, he quit his job. Gray quit his job. Yeah, I don't know what the hell he was doing, but it was the wrong job.
So he done this instead?
Yeah, he went full time into YouTube. And that's one thing I can't handle with Gray is that he gets shitty. Now I get shitty too. We all know that, right? Leanie gets shitty. But great. If those numbers are not coming in, I mean, he breaks it down and tells you how much money he has to earn while he's on. And if it doesn't look like he's going to do it, he's like, well, I got to go because I can't afford to be sitting here with you guys if you're not going to pay for it. And I'm
Really? I
thinking,
don't watch him that long.
yeah,
I've never. So that's what he does. I have
yeah, oh,
seen him
yeah,
taken off, but
yeah,
never like that. Oh my god.
yeah. And for the most part, he does. And then he always tells you that he sends a percentage of his income from YouTube to some of the I don't know, things that he like he sends money to the Delphi ballpark to help, so he's got his like philanthropies that he does.
But
But I was
as a
watching him one
creator
night.
like yourself, Lainey, how hard is it to try and do a show, even just once a day? And for as much as he puts in, it is hard,
Yeah,
isn't it? You know,
it's
you don't
very
realise
hard.
unless
It's
you've done it yourself.
it's
It,
yeah, I think people think it's just I listen, all I'm gonna say is for anybody who thinks it's not that difficult, it's just talking. Go ahead and
have a go.
and and start you up a live with 12 people in it and chat's not moving and see how far you get with that. uh it's really really difficult. It's and then to
Mhm.
and then to always want to make sure that you're relevant, and that you're entertaining enough, and then you deal with your own scaries and your own thoughts of am I good enough? Why do these people want to listen? Why would they be here? Because just shit
Yeah.
like that. It's done.
Because it was great last week when people were asking questions and giving their
Hmm.
own ideas. I mean, what was his name? The guy, he's in here now. Oh, I forgot his name. He's going to kill me.
He's gonna kill you, maniac.
He's going to kill me.
Maniac.
Maniac, yeah. Digital maniac. That's it. What he come up with last week, we were all like, oh my God.
Hmm. Hmm.
So little things
Yeah.
like that, it makes you
Yeah.
feel like you're doing something worthy, doesn't it? When we're all having to participate and give our ideas and just like go off each other. It's good when the chat goes like that, I think.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh,
I do like that.
also we've got Q&As nights. So are you still going to do that on the Friday, Lee? Or the
I
next?
think we need to do it on Thursday while
You're
everything
going to,
is good.
on
So
what
don't
time are you
forget to
doing it?
start it. We'll do it at the same time.
So you're going to do it the same time tomorrow,
3:30.
which is
Yeah.
3:30 your time.
Yeah.
I'll beat
So
my
don't
time.
forget to do the Q&A, Maggie.
Yeah,
Don't
so
forget
I
to set
will.
it up.
The Q&A we're having, yeah, Q&A. Get your
Um,
questions in.
get your questions in and let's
All
discuss
your
it.
thoughts. Yeah, all
All
your
right. I'm
thoughts.
going to bring up some pictures that I think we should start with.
Ozzy does that every live. Does it go good, Oz? Does it go good when you do that? I think it'd be good. Oops, what's happened? Oh, she's pulling something up. Yeah, I think that'd be good, Oz. Does yours go good? You get plenty of questions. Right, Lee, if you're putting that on for us to see, we can't see a
I'm
thing. It's
trying to
very
see.
small.
Yeah. I'm trying to so I'm going to have to do these pictures one by one. I'll just
If you want to send them to me, I'll go for 5 minutes and crop them all.
how do I there's a lot.
You'd have to
Um
anyway, send me them as a messenger. There's too each
let me see.
should have done this. We'll do that next week. Make sure everything's the size.
Yeah, cuz I
What
thought I
day?
could
Sorry, Lee. I'm just reading
okay.
comments. What day will you be getting into what all Dylan Mortensen's said so far?
We can do that next week if you want to.
There you go. Got you. Work cut out, girl, next week.
I really wanted to show this photo really quick. Let me do this. Hold on. I just want to show this photo and then I'm going to
Go on,
and
Lee.
then we um Damn, these photos are so good.
Right. Are they on Reddit and I can go and get them?
Yeah, they're on Reddit. I put in crime scene photos, and then Reddit came up, and it's got a whole thread for 'em. It says thread for
So you
photos.
put Idaho Murders.
No, I just put in I just put in the search engine, not into Reddit, but just regular Google search engine.
Yeah, that's
I
what I mean.
put-
You just put in there. What did you put
I
in?
just put in what did I say? Murder crime scene photos Idaho 4.
Okay. Leave me a minute.
All right, Maggie's gonna go try to bring that up. Let me bring this one. This was really good. I was shocked to see this because I've seen all these pictures. I didn't, not all of them, most of them. I had not seen this one before. Yep. Can you guys see that? That's as big as I can make it. Now, if you're on a phone, you could probably zoom in. Now, what got me about this picture right here was, remember we were talking about how in the hell, is there nothing, nothing outside? There's no blood, there's no shoe prints, there's no blah, 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 blah. If you notice right here, they are putting a marker down as marked number 3. So there's something right there that's a marker for evidence, right? And that's number 3. So I'm wondering where number 1 and 2 are.
Lee, I'm on the photos now. Is there any particular ones that you're wanting? With
Just
the markers, you're looking for 2, did you say?
well, there's only one with the marker. That's this one right here. This is the one that I
Okay.
wanted to show. It's the first one. But let me just pull out some that I've seen all but this one. So if you just want to pull out some that are interesting, then just do that, and then we'll talk about
Okay.
it. Anyways, evidence tent. Do you see an evidence tent there?
I'll look. I'm just doing these ones now.
So what you see in front of her, that black piece in front of her, you guys will just have to scroll it in, but what you see in front of her is their couch. So this is right off of where their porch is, where where he would have exited from. So this is right off the back porch, the sliders, the sliding glass doors. Now, what I want you guys to also think about is, you see there's snow on the ground, correct? There's snow on the ground. What I'm thinking, or I'm curious about, is would some of the footprints have melted, or I don't know. Surely something has to be out there, but I guess it's where, because it looks like to me, if you, I'd have to pull up a picture. I think Maggie will find a picture in the thread of photos. There's a picture looking down at the house, and you can see exactly where the couch is a placement on their back porch by the slider. Knowing where the couch is, I'm wondering, did he go around the couch and then go back this way, or straight up that hill back there? That's what I'm wondering. But obviously there's something right there, you guys. And there are 2 placards, or whatever you call them, somewhere else. Maybe they're closer on the ground to the sliders. What says y'all? What do you guys think? Those little markers are called evidence tents. Okay, gotcha. So badass. Wouldn't they I mean, they place them according numerologically, right? So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, right? Would he have gone up there to get back to his car? Well, it, yeah, exactly. But so I'm wondering, did he, if it's right there, it looks like to me he came around the couch and come out of the, and come out. Regardless, he's got to go uphill, right? It's not a very steep hill, but I'd be out of breath. But I just kind of figured he went up into where the trees were more. I'm sure Maggie will find that picture though that I'm talking about. Can you guys do us a favor and hit the like? I'd appreciate it so much. That picture I've never seen, but there's been a lot of questions, well, if it wasn't an inside job, where's the outside evidence? You guys, there's outside evidence. Chronologically to start, but they are in order by when they are found. Gotcha. Okay. I get that. So they could have been up at the top of the hill, and that might have been one, and they're walking down. We don't know. But I kind of think that they started at the place where he would come back out, hoping to find blood. I have to wait and see, though. That's good to know. They do it chronologically to start, but are in order by when they're found. Nice. Thank you. All right, let's get rid of this one. Now, I want you guys to listen to this. We talked about before, and you guys, you need to go back and just, if you want to, if you don't want to, that's fine. There was a lot of interviews put out, and mainly what we know comes from Steve Gonsalves, Kaylee's dad. I told you guys that in the early days, they were very, very vocal about what they found a lot of stuff even before the police got to it, because immediately when they heard a name, her sister started going through all the socials. That was the first thing they went through. And then she's the one that found the video of the grub truck. That's pretty impressive. So there's Maggie. Hey, TTR. Maggie, are you going to show, let me take this off the screen. No, I don't want to add it to stage. All right. Now, if you want to add anything to the stage, that's fine. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it so much. All you 7 people. I think Maggie's putting them in our little thing. So I'll continue with this really quick. So every little thing the Goncalves family got, like, they put it out there. They put it out. They just, so much so that the police quit telling them stuff, right? They quit telling them what all went down and what they know and what they don't know, because they knew they were going to put it out. They were hotheads. Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't be a hothead. I don't blame them for that at all. How many kids' murders are gone unsolved? Lunchy, you get to cooking, girlfriend. How many kids' murders have gone unsolved because, parents, they aren't being bugaboos, and they aren't bugging the police, and they aren't, you know what I mean? Like they don't know that they're allowed to do that, right? And these parents, they stayed on their asses. And Steve Gonsalves actually said, he said in an interview once that he was somebody who lost their child, had reached out to him and said, look, do not go quiet. Don't go quiet. Be as loud as you can be for your kids, because
Lee,
yes,
we've got to delete some pictures. There's too many pictures.
Just delete what you think you need to delete. It's okay.
Okay.
I mean, they're all saved to my computer anyways. So anyways, I wanted to bring this up because I know out there's some people saying, well, he was following the girls on social media, and some people say there's no evidence to that. I've always said he was, and then I found it. So let me share that really quick with our favorite girl. There's not really much to see there. Just, okay, let's see, go back. All right, let's listen to this. This is only 3 minutes and 28 minutes long. This is YouTube. Nancy Grace talks to Steve Goncalves at October 8th, 2024. Of course, this was after Kohberger had been arrested, and she's done quite a few interviews with the Goncalves family and other family members. This is not my work. This is Nancy Grace's. So here we go.
The aspect, Steve, which I know no one likes to think about, but proving this case will require this. The lying in wait aspect, there's no question about it. Yes, the state has said in open court there's no evidence of stalking, but we know his phone turned up along that strip behind the King Road address multiple times. We know he was watching the house and your daughter.
Yeah. For people who aren't familiar with this area, you don't just randomly take a right turn and find yourself in another state. You purposely have to drive and take, like, at one time we looked it up. It was like 15 different intersections and turns to get from Pullman to anywhere close to where these girls in Ethan were. So it's just not like a random, I just took wrong turn here and I found myself in another state, in a town that I'm not familiar with. This person was very familiar with those areas, and there's not a lot of real reasons why he should be over in those areas that often.
Now let me just stop it right there. I was going to go back and I did pull up some mapping on this to get from Pullman, Washington to Moscow. And then I found this one, but I do want to say this, you guys, that I think the defense is going to try to use that it was a party house. You know, he went and took parties there, blah, 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 not, they're used to seeing strangers in the house and stuff like that. If you even listen to his sister, what his sister said, and what people have come out and said, people that went to school with him, and people that are under his teaching at Washington, said that he's not that type of person. He's not a partier. You guys, he's not, believe you me, he is not going to these parties. He's not. He works in the dark. He's too subconscious. He's too, he just can't do it. He has a social, he's got social problems. And I don't want to be disrespectful to that, because I know some people like that. So I'm not calling him out for that. I'm just saying people with this type of social problems that he has are not showing up to these kind of parties where you're being judged and all these other things. And because that's what happens, right? The guys are making fun of each other. The girls are being snobby. Yeah, you're just not going to show up there unless you've got confidence, or you don't give a damn. He gives a damn.
And I'm sure that is going to be dug into quite deeply once we get into trial time.
When I think about the number of times that we know of, I wonder how many times are there that we don't know of, that he was in that area watching that house. I heard Dr. Bethany say something about him. It's hard for regular people like us to relate to what I'm about to say. A person that wants to eradicate, destroy something good. Steve, tell me about your daughter, my girl and boy, I have twins.
Oh, God.
The same age. And I can't imagine why someone would want to hurt them. Tell me about Kaylee.
Kaylee was a beautiful friend. She got along with everyone. We never even had to ever have any kind of conflict with a school or teacher or anything along those lines. So, and Maddie, I know Maddie exactly was the same type of person. So I feel like if you are a corrupted soul and you want to strike out at society, you're going to look for somebody who is going to matter, somebody that the world looks at and says, that's a beautiful person. That's who I want to be like. That's the pinnacle of achieving being a good human being. So I think that in the end is what made them targets. It was their beauty, their smile, their laughter, the way they treated others. They played by the rules, doing things the way that you want your children and you raise your children to do. So in a way, he was striking out when it was a statement he was making when he picked them.
That wasn't the one that I was going to play to show that, but that was a good one anyways. Thank you, Lunch Lady, for putting that up there for us. The copyright disclaimer under sections 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, and so on.
So I put stuff there, Lee, and when you've done with them, if you want any more,
Hear you, Lobo.
and then I'll go and get some more.
Can't hardly hear you.
Oops, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Right, so put some on. So if you want to go through them, and then I'll delete them and go and get some more.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, let's do that really quick. Style. There we go. All right. These are some more of the pictures that we have. This one's out of Fox News, you guys. Fox News took this now. The only thing I hate is you cannot see my cursor, so I'm gonna have to talk through it. So we're looking at the slider, the sliding glass door is what I call it. That I believe, that the police believe, that is in the affidavit, that they believe he came in and out of this slider right here, the back porch. If you look right off to the right hand side, you'll see something in the dark, but it's got little white spots on it, light reflecting. That is the couch.
We'll see one in a minute of the couch, Lee. I have got it.
Okay. And then upstairs, that's actually the third floor, you guys. So we need to make sure not to get it confused. There are 2 signs in the house that say good vibes. Okay. So there's a good vibe sign on the second floor, and there's one of those good vibe signs on the third floor as well. Okay. This is what strikes me with this photo, you guys. Could you imagine that we know he drove past it? We know it's evidence. It's in the PCA. He drove by, they say at least, which means more, 12 times. 12 times. Could you imagine that this dude, whoever it is, was out here staring into these windows at these girls, stalking them? I totally believe that's considered stalking. I do. A lot of people say, no, he wasn't stalking him. That's what his defense attorney would like you to say. Listen, if you're driving to a dead end street 12 times, 3 times, and you're going around this house at least 3 times before they were murdered, I'd consider that stalking. Absolutely. I just that picture blows me away for that reason. That because I mean, I'm like that too. My windows stay open, my curtains stay open in here in the living room that I sit in, and it just makes you feel vulnerable. Here's another one, you guys. You'll probably have to like zoom in on your cameras. You could see on the left-hand side picture, that it was pretty snowy. You see the snow's hanging in the trees and stuff. What that picture's showing you, the one on the right is just a zoomed in picture of it. Everything that was on the table, and there's some solo cups there. There's some solo cups that are lined up in another picture that it shows you. Red solo cups. You can tell that they were probably at one point during this weekend playing beer pong or some kind of pong. There's some bowls with cereal bowls kind of in there, drinks on the table, some cans on the table, an old, like, I don't know if that's a McDonald's coffee cup or some kind of cold coffee with the straw still in it. Now, at this time, the police have already been in the house. This is how I know. If you look in the background of either one of these pictures, on the top left, you will see a white, it just looks like a white lump. It's actually a white sheet or something, that there's something in that, and it's all wrapped up. And if you see there's a red line going down it. If you look at the picture on the right side, you'll see a red line going down. I believe, we'll have to ask Jay Badass, but I believe that's evidence tape. And that when they put that on there, that means that they have sealed it. Because there's a lot of pictures with these red, that doesn't necessarily mean that with this red evidence tape, which is what I believe it to be, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's a fingerprint or a drop of blood. It just means that they're sealing it to put it into the chain of command, so it goes on down the line. The next person unseals it, puts their own seal on it, puts their initials on it. You guys have watched Court TV. You know how this works. And just so you know, I zoomed into that picture, and it really does look like there's blood on the top, though, of whatever that is. And I think it's a sheet, but I don't know. Okay, here we go. So these are two pictures of the house. Okay. Also, what you'll see is actually, these two pictures were taken at different times, because you could see by the way that the police car is parked. So just for reference, I don't know what that would prove, but there you go. We have it. The car's parked in the front. Let me go from the police car going left. The blue car would be Xana's car. The silver car next to her is Kaylee's brand new car. Like I said, nobody knows about that car. She was bringing it to town. She only had it for 2 days when she was bringing it, to show all of her friends, and she's proud of it. The car next to her, I cannot remember, honestly cannot remember if I want to say that's Dylan's. It's either Dylan's or Maddie's. I can't remember. I want to say Maddie didn't have a car, though. But anyways, the red Jeep was Ethan's Jeep. The Jeep behind Ethan's Jeep, I don't know if that's a Jeep, but the SUV behind Ethan's is actually his brother's. So when this was marked off with the red tape as a crime scene, even those cars stayed in the crime scene, because police and investigators went through each car piece by piece by piece as well. And unfortunately, Ethan's brother, by the time the police got there, he had pulled up like that. He's now in a crime scene. So his car, y'all, they had these cars parked out there for over a week and before the families got these vehicles back. I mean, I remember Ethan Chapin's mom saying they still have her. I think they ended up giving back Ethan's brothers sooner than Ethan's, but she was upset that she said at one point that they had all 3 of her kids' cars. So I don't know, but that's what I see there. If you look on the picture to the right, you can see where the couch is. It's got snow on it. That first picture that I showed you guys of the police putting down the evidence markers is right beyond that couch. So you see what I'm saying? It kind of looks like, I don't know, like, did he come out and then like walk where there's no snow and then go behind the couch and straight out that way, which would mean,
way I think.
Maggie, if he went that way, if he went up the side of the house that way, then if you look at the picture on the left, he actually parked on the street.
But I thought he parked up there on that road. Remember when I said I didn't realise the road was so close? So if he went up there, so it's not, see the house on the left there. That I'm trying to work. I'm trying to. Isn't so the picture on the left? Isn't there a road above the roof? The road's there.
Okay, that's the road going up the hill. Back behind that is, if you turn to the left, it's just a little parking area right there. I don't know how many.
That's there. That's a dead end, isn't it? Cul-de-sac.
Yeah, and then if you go to right, so
right down the side behind the couch up the hill.
Right. So if we say he went on the back side of the house, like he was, because we could see the couch where the investigators are standing, placing the evidence marker. It's possible that he parked on this hill right here, or he parked behind the house up there on top of the hill.
I think he parked up there behind the couch or further up. Because wasn't that where the car was seen driving the morning after?
Yes,
and on this park there.
On this street that's going up the hill on the left side of the house, on the left picture, that is where that meets with King Road. That is where he is seen doing the 3-point turn.
Yeah. Let me go and see if I can get anything on that King Rose.
So I just wanted you to be up. This is a good picture because you can kind of see where, and like I said, these are different days. You can obviously tell they're different days, just by the way that the police car is parked. But I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I could definitely see. I don't know. So the door above the slider is another slider on the 3rd floor up there, you guys. That would be Kaylee's room. That would be Kaylee's room. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, these are just images, you guys, of different investigators doing different things, pulling things. I mean, there were people outside, and there were YouTubers, there were news reporters, there was everybody you could think of, the neighbor down the street. They were all there taking pictures of all of this. And these are just investigators that you see working different areas, I'm sure on different days, maybe, I don't know. Pulling things out of, this is CSI. This woman right here is CSI. And is it CSI? Yeah, crime scene investigator. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so these are just different investigators. Let's continue. Now this is them standing up on that behind the house, up on that hill kind of thing where people would be parking, I think. Or is that still the hill going up? I can't really tell from this picture. But obviously, you guys, this is crime scene investigators as well, or FBI, or police. Who knows? They're out here just doing what they do. But could you imagine some creeper walking around? See all those big pines and everything? And the windows are just placed so strategically. People could stand up there and just watch Maddie, because that's Maddie's room right there, you guys, on the third floor right there. Just stand right there on that hill and watch every little thing that's going on in Maddie's room. It's scary. Let me jump into chat real quick. What says you? I think it's scary. Hi, Lolly. I had to use the settings wheel and put it on all the messages. That's new. I can't see that, but yes, evidence is sealed for chain of custody and control with red tape. Yeah, there. If you could zoom into it, you could clearly see that it's the red tape. You'll be able to see some more on the door. So Bryan could see it was a full house. Basically, yeah. I mean, this is why I believe that he drove. I mean, he had a 360 view just about of this house, you guys. Almost a 360 view. Can you guys not hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, Lee.
Okay, because Lunch Lady says, where does the sound go?
I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Is anyone else having problems?
I think just Lunch Lady. Lunch Lady, turn your sound on.
Is it okay now, Gail? Oh, is there earbuds?
Okay. Hey Joni, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, so 360 view of this house. Could you imagine just sitting out there eating his yogurt on a dark night? You know, because
so
he went.
Is that part there, isn't it, where they are?
Yeah, that room right there is exactly where Maddie and Kaylee are found.
On there saying
Yep.
how clear it's just they could see in there.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. All right, let's move on. Again, more crime, more investigators. Now, the two at the bottom, I don't know if you guys can scroll into them. I cannot, but you could see the bottom right. You could see red on what looks like a pole or whatever. That's crime scene tape. It's evidence tape. So I think they're using that to because okay, we know the door, that slider right there, you guys, the lock was broken. It didn't work. So when the detectives and everybody would leave, they would tape that door, they had no way to lock it. They would tape the door and then put their initials on it. And that way they knew if somebody had gone in that tape would be open. I mean, the tape would be broken. They would know somebody was in there, right? Even though they had a cop posted the whole time, somebody could have come around. Do what?
The red tape looks like it's on the wall, on the window.
No, I zoomed into it on the big picture, and it's definitely on the door.
Okay.
Yeah. And what we do know is that the door, the slider door, eventually the police, when the investigators, when they started leaving the house at nighttime, they would take two of their kitchen stools and put them in the tracks of the door, plus the crime scene tape, or not the crime scene tape, the evidence tape. So when you see those pictures of people, and people have said, oh, but he couldn't have gone out that door because there are two stools blocking it. Dummies, keep looking. Look before those pictures. There was nothing in front of that door until the investigators. That was the only way to lock it up at that time. And then the bottom one to the right is another investigator, probably one of the same ones that is on the outside of where the kitchen is, which is where they're at on the other side as well.
JB, I think the same. Oh, I'll be terrified. Be creepy that. Now I put this picture up because We had someone in saying the blood wasn't real.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the picture taken with the tape and the guys, and you can see the blood right there dripping down.
When you go down, Maggie, you will see a closer up picture that's in those threads. Because so it looks kind of like greenish or black if you're looking straight beyond the blue chair on the porch, on that porch right there. And I saw some moron say,
for the thumbnails.
I saw
You've got more robot.
Do what? I'm sorry.
Leanie,
Yeah.
you go no robotic. You're all right
I
now.
I pushed the wrong thing. Anyways, we'll see a closer up picture of that, but I saw some moronic person say that the blood isn't real because it didn't have splatter. Are you fucking kidding me? Did he get killed outside? Not gonna be any splatter there. That's on the inside. Oh, people, quit making and listen, it's bad enough we don't have to make shit up. We really don't. We don't have to. All right, this is up in, this is on Kaylee's, this is 3rd floor. So this is up in Kaylee's room. He's looking into the room. So that's what we see there. Let's move along. This is obviously downhill. They're looking downhill. See where the cars are parked right there in front, you guys? They're looking downhill behind back where the house is up that hill, but off to the side. Like if you're standing on the back part up there where you park at, they're more over to the left. Now remember, they expanded the crime scene. I think on day 2 or 3, they expanded the crime scene. So I don't know. Would it be hard? You see oh God, those leaves are just gorgeous. But would you be able to see blood or foot tracks or anything?
I don't think you would. I think you'd just see some disruption in the pattern of the leaves, wouldn't you? And if someone had gone through it or something, I don't know. But it was snowing as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, but this is like day 2 or 3. Day 1, 2, or 3. I can't remember. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want. This is probably day 1 or 2 because I think
so. They've obviously had to wait, haven't they, for that to melt?
Maybe.
What's that black on the far right there? Like, see the sign? Yeah, to the right, just to the left of it, a little tiny bit. What are they? Are they birds?
Down on the floor?
I don't know. It looks like birds flying. Well, could be on the floor. I don't know.
Yeah, I think no. It's just patches of grass seeping through the leaves.
I'm just thinking, what's it look? Does that look like where someone's like stood? I'm not saying it's Kohberger, but would that be what it's like? If you look at the tree to the right of the tree, where the leaf is bending over, coming down, you see that patch there. Would it look like that?
No, I mean, I just would think that there would be crunching, maybe some slide marks, things like that going up the hill, just depended on how slippery it was out there. And I'm pretty sure he probably, he scoped this out, you guys. He scoped it out many times. This is all pre-planned. He knew exactly where
he's obviously had a good look from there, the perfect view.
Right. This is all pre-planned. He knew exactly where he was going down and where he was coming up. And who knows? Some people say, what was the motive? Well, I believe the motive is due to his psychological problems. And I think that's why he even went into the profession that he was trying to get into, because of his psychological problems.
Yeah.
But my question is, and this is something to think about, did he pick that certain day because of weather conditions? It wasn't going to be real snowy. The snow started melting off of the ground. I wonder if that played into, I wonder if the 12 times at least that he drove by, no telling. Now, all it says is he drove by. We don't know if he just sat in the, I think he did. I think, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you park your car and just sit here and watch?
Weren't they planning to go home for Thanksgiving, or was there a couple of them staying?
Well, they're probably planning on going home. I mean, that's one of our major holidays.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking, was it plans before he knew they were going home?
Yeah, I don't know. But I just wonder if as many times as he went back there and just sat and thought, was he just working up the courage?
Yeah.
Or did he look at the weather and say, oh, this is probably the best chance I have? Or
he's been seen around the area, so he must have been, mustn't he? He's been sitting off because he's been spotted in the area. He was spotted in the August. Driving around
Lulu,
the house.
Cooey.
Hi, Lou.
They would want to see what could be seen from there. In the dark, they would have a perfect view of the girls' room. Yes. I think you could see the blood if you are trained for it. I know my men can train. That's true. Yeah, you're completely right, lunch lady. I didn't think of that. Thank you so much. You're right. If you're trained to find blood, you'll find blood because those hunters, they can track a deer 200 miles.
Did they bring dogs in at all, Looney? Do you know of?
Yes, they did. There's a picture of a dog. It's a German Shepherd. Yes. They did bring dogs. Yes. Yes.
So the dog, they've probably been all over there.
And
like you say, we don't know if anything was picked up from there, do we?
Nope. What we do know though is now we have seen a photo of them placing an evidence marker, and that's number 3. Yeah, I think they're looking for the blood and maybe some slide. See how he's standing? You can tell it's kind of a steep hill up there, guys. Yeah, I would be out of breath. I would be like, oh shit, I got to quit my job. Y'all bring me a chair up here so I can sit down, please. But I mean, these guys are qualified. They're the jam. But you could see the way he's standing. That's kind of that's a steeper hill than even I thought of. But it just makes me wonder, like, how did he pick that day?
Yeah.
All right, here's a good one right here. So you can see the King Road, where that is, where the big red dot is. And hold on, I'm trying to get you know how you can't get your bearings? Okay, here I am. All right. Why doesn't this look right to me? Why can't I get my bearings here?
So where it says recently.
Oh, okay. I got my bearings. Finally. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. I need a bigger picture of this to really be able to. Okay, so the King Road residence is not the real big one. It's where the dot is. That's where I was getting mixed up. I was like, wait a minute, this does not look right. So I have to, I thought back there, I'm struggling. Okay, I think I know where I'm at. So Linda Lane, where you guys see Linda Lane at, Bryan, this is where they track Bryan Kohberger. I know there's 1 or 2 videos that video cams that got taken off of Linda Lane. And actually the video, the new one that just came out, Gray Hughes did a thing on it this morning. I forget what it was called. anyways, this is most recent one. I think it was only like 11 minutes long, where Ann Taylor is trying to get the footage of, I think it's the Linda Lane, thrown out, suppressed. He does a great job. This is where that footage is going to be. I wish you guys could see my cursor, but if you want maps to really understand this place, go to Gray Hughes. And I know it's difficult. I know. But when it comes to maps and understanding the layout, go to Gray Hughes. I wished I had the desire, the want to. I wish I could put in the time. I wish I could wrap my head around it enough to sit and do time stamps along with where the car placement is, along where the videos are, along with what the PCA said, all that stuff. But y'all, that's hours and hours of work, hours and hours. And I could make it happen, but I'm not willing to make it happen. That would just take too much of my real life away. And if that makes me a shitty person, I'm sorry. All right, let's go to the next one. Here we go. So this is the blood that's coming out of the wall. And y'all, I remember when this image first came up and people were showing it on the screen and stuff, I was just like, oh God, please don't let that be blood, please. Because everybody's like, it's blood. No, it's not blood. It's blood. No, it's not blood. And then when it came out that it was blood, I was like, oh my God. Listen, let me run back over here to chat really quick. You guys have seen that the hi Kelly Ann, welcome. You guys, hi bees, welcome. You guys have seen that they're doing a whole bunch of stuff on OJ Simpson right now, right? Whole bunch of stuff. Look at that. Look at the crime scene photos. Can I just point you in that direction? Go anywhere. Pull it up on your phone. The crime scene photos from Bundy Drive. Look at all the blood. That's from one victim. Just about. I mean, some of Ron Goldman's blood is there, but for the most part, that is Nicole Brown Simpson's blood. Possibly some of OJ's, because we all know he did it. I know there was OJ's blood at the scene. I just can't remember now what I heard, but I think it was on the side of the house going out the back towards the garage. But anyways, can you imagine that much blood from, let's just say, two victims? Even though Ron Goldman did not bleed out totally there like Nicole did, let's just say that blood is from two victims. Can you believe what the inside of this house looks like? Can you believe it? I mean, when you sit back and you think about it, it's hard to really put into, it's hard to vision, exactly. You've got two bodies in a bed and you've got two bodies in another room or in proximity to each other. It's hard to imagine that much blood. But then you pull up a crime scene like O.J. Simpson crime scene and you realize, oh my God. Terrible. And I will say this, look, I think that Xana's room, this room right here, is going to look the worst. And here's why. We do know, we've seen pictures of them bringing the bed mattress, tried to cover it up. They didn't do a very good job, but we saw the blood. So because they were in a bed, the mattress soaked up a lot of it. If Ethan and Xana, which I believe are not in the bed, could you imagine how much blood is everywhere? And then, you guys, Kaylee was sitting up. So Kaylee, when Kaylee was found, she was kind of sitting up, kind of in the corner too, slumped over, like she had pushed herself back and was fighting, and she was cornered. She was literally cornered. So she was kind of in a sitting up position, slumped over. So y'all know that whole wall is just covered, and who knows? I mean, I'm sorry this is so I'm being so graphic, but I just want you to understand how violent this is. So violent. So violent. All right, let's get this one off here. Thank you, Maggie. Did you put any more in? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. That's okay. We don't need them.
I'm just trying to download this video done on Google Maps, which would be really good. I'm just trying to see if I can work a way to get it, to put it on. So if you just bear with me a minute.
You're okay. Thank you, Maggie. I'm just going to bring up right now the evidence. Where's this one? I think it's this one. Yeah. All right. Let's bring this one up. Did I do that right? I did. Let me stop it right here. Okay. You guys, this came out on Monday, 18 September 2023. Bryan Kohberger followed Idaho murder victims on Instagram. Parents claim. All right, let's listen to what the parents had to say on this day. This was put out by the Independent. This is for research only, and we are scrolling our copyright in chat. So let's listen to this. Oh, why don't
through that door, you can't get out of that room.
Hold on.
And the way that room's put together, if you come through that door, you can't get out of that room.
Completely, totally trapped.
Yeah. You're in a bed.
Tiny room. The bed was the entire room. You could barely open up the door without swiping the foot of the bed. And it was wall. You know, the headboard was up against the wall. The side where Kaylee was on was up against the wall. And if you can imagine Kaylee in an upright sort of position, up in the corner, slumped. I mean, she was trapped.
So that's her parents. I didn't just make that up. That's the only time we've ever, yes.
I've sent you that. You might be able to bring it up bigger on your laptop. I've
I don't
shared
have a
it to
laptop.
Messenger. Oh.
I don't have a laptop. I have a phone.
The computer. You're on your phone?
No, I'm on the computer.
You might be able to pull it up on the computer then from your phone on Messenger. If you said, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, hold on. I'll look it up. Give me a second, Max.
And that hill is big. It's steep.
Yeah. Oh, really?
It was. Yeah. You just get a quick glimpse of it as he's going past. He's doing it on Google. You know, like he's moving around the streets.
Even
you can see
even
it.
looking ahead at the
Okay. All right. So there you have it, you guys. The parents right there are the ones that gave us the first glimpse of what Kaylee looked like when she was found. Listen, I got to give a shout out to the Gonsalves family. I appreciate every little bit that they've given us, and to be able to say that about your daughter with a straight face is remarkably strong. Now I understand this was a year later or whatever, but I think they're just in the mode. So if people want to say that he's a dick and she's just, and they're not feeling anything, I think let's give them some grace, you guys, because if you haven't been in this in this position. We don't know. When I imagine it, I think they're in the mode of just getting her killer to getting some justice, and then a whole different side of mourning and grieving, I could imagine, is gonna come. What says you, Maggie? You think? I mean, I know that they've been grieving in the initial shock and the whole, she's not here anymore, but don't you think they're just like in an investigative mode and just mode of like, let's just bring this guy to justice. Let's get him what he deserves. And then they're going to probably hit bottom, right?
They want to tell people what they can, because they're desperate for people to know and to get him put away for life or whatever. And so they're given the littlest, given all they can give. I mean, that was a big one, that wasn't it, for it to say. And you could say she was getting uncomfortable, she was touching her ear, and that must have been so hard, because as she is telling you, she's describing it, she's seeing that in her head. Can you imagine that, seeing that picture of your daughter? Oh, God help her.
and
you can't get rid of.
No. And there's no, even things that I'm sure, I know there's things they don't know, because we do know the police quit talking to them. But imagine, when court does come and they have to sit through all of the pictures.
That never seen before.
And Maggie, I would do it. I would know that the rest of my life.
I want to know.
Yeah, the rest of my life
would
be haunted.
Yeah,
but
I want to know everything there is to know.
Yeah, that's your baby. How can you not? How can you not?
Yeah.
All right, Maggie, you want to read this, or do you not feel like reading?
I can't even see it to read it, Lee.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
So the parents of a University of Idaho murder victim believe there is evidence their daughter's attacker was familiar with her. In an investigation by CBS News entitled The Night of the Idaho Student Murders that aired on Saturday the 16th of September, correspondent Peter Van Sant spoke to Steve and Christy Goncalves, who shared screenshots of what they believe to be the sole murder suspect, Bryan Kohberger's Instagram account. Mrs. Goncalves revealed she and her husband discovered that Mr. Kohberger followed Maddie Mogan and Kaylee Goncalves on the social media platform. And when the couple cross-referenced this account with the profiles of the 4 victims, it showed he had interacted with Mogan's Instagram posts. She told Van Sant, "You will go to Maddie's Instagram account. He will go to Maddie's Instagram account and look at pictures, and he liked them. He had liked them. Bryan's name was under a lot of Maddie's pictures. Liked her pictures, liked the picture and that picture and the other picture and that picture. He was actively looking at the Instagram account." Oh my God.
Now, see, if it wasn't for this family, we wouldn't know this much.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
No.
So, CBS has not been, sorry.
Keep going. No, go ahead.
CBS has not been able to authenticate the account or confirm it's the profile of Mr. Kohberger. The parents also said the account is no longer active, having disappeared after Mr. Kohberger's arrest on the 30th of December 2022. The victims, Goncalves Mogan, both 21, and Xana Canoodle and Ethan Chapin, both 20, were stabbed to death at an off-campus residence on the 13th of November 2022, and police arrived at the scene 8 hours after the horrific attack. The murder weapon, a military-style knife, has not yet been recovered. When news of the murders broke, it left the community struggling to come to terms with the gruesome details, amid fears the murderer was still active. Following a week-long manhunt, Mr. Kohberger, a 28-year-old Washington State University student, then pursuing a PhD criminology course, was arrested following a raid on his apartment, office and family home. In an affidavit acquired by CBS, investigators were revealed to have DNA, cell phone records, and surveillance camera evidence linking Mr. Kohberger to the crime. In May, Mr. Kohberger was indicted to a grand jury of 4 counts on first-degree murder and 1 burglary charge. Lee, what's that about burglary charge? She's gone for the pee break. Anyway, appearing at Latta County District Court in Moscow, Idaho, he refused to plea deal, prompting the judge to enter a not guilty plea on his behalf. The trial date was initially set for the 2nd of October 2023, but in a surprise move, Mr. Kohberger caused it to be delayed indefinitely by waiving his right to a speedy trial. Despite no date set for trial, the case has attracted national attention, and on Wednesday, the 13th of September, Latta County District Judge John Judge saw the defense and the prosecution following a request from both parties to restrict cameras in the courtroom. In a bizarre move, Mr. Kohberger is seeking to ban cameras to stop the media from focusing on his crotch, as his attorney Ann Taylor argued, while the prosecution presented their concerns that cameras will have a substantial chilling effect on the ability of witnesses to openly, fully, and candidly testify about some horrible occurrences.
Let me stop you right there. Hold on, Maggie.
Okay.
So that's the first I had ever heard of this, you guys, that Mr. Kohberger, this was before, now, mind you, this is before it ever got moved to Ada County down in Boise, okay? They're still up in Ladau County at Moscow. This is Judge John Judge, who was presiding over it at this time. That's the first I'd ever heard that he wanted to ban the cameras and the medium from focusing on his crotch.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Wrong. I was like, and I look back and it was.
I couldn't believe it, but
Yeah.
I could not freaking believe it.
Mm.
All right, keep going, Maggie. I'm sorry.
So, however, while in court, the families of Goncalves Canoodle broke from prosecutors to request cameras be present to document the trial. In a statement, they said, "It is important to the victims' families and relatives, community members, and the public that this veil of secrecy be lifted at the trial. This not only ensures accountability for all the parties involved, but it also helps the public maintain its faith in the justice system." The hearing ended with no decision.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we do know that most of it was sealed down there in Latah County. Thank God they got out of there. That judge was, he was not going to be good for this. Hello, Miss Sharon.
Where did they come with the burglary? Is that just because he went into the house?
I think that it's because you can be charged with burglary if you have entered a house without permission.
Okay.
But I can look that up to be sure. I will tell you guys this. I did hear that there's some interview. I'm going to go try to look for it. There was some interview that was given by Ethan Chapin's family, who initially said that they do not plan on attending any of the trial because it wouldn't change anything and they wanted to just keep moving on in the healing process. I did hear that somebody had given an interview that the Chapin family is reconsidering the thought of going to trial. Also, I keep thinking of this and then it keeps slipping my brain.
As well, Lou's just reminded me with a comment.
Burglary is when you enter to commit a crime. Thank you so much, J. Brad. Yeah, because hi, Mac J. I forget there was another another murder case that had burglary charges, and we were like, wait, what they steal? And then I looked it up. But
Yeah.
there was something else I was going to say to. Damn it! I hate when I forget stuff. It was good news.
Well, can I tell mine before I forget?
Yes. Hi, April.
So, I'm sitting there this morning. I'm going around. I'm looking around and browsing, and I'm like, and then it just come to me, and I thought, what if? I mean, he's probably going to laugh at me, but what if he's committed the murders? Kohberger's committed the murders, and he's halfway, like, down the stairs, whatever, and realizes he hasn't got the sheath for the knife, and he goes into panic mode because he wants this knife hidden, like, so to speak. So he's looking around frantically, and that's when he sees this bit of the Hoover, and he grabs it to push the knife inside.
Mm.
And that's when she's seen him and said it was a Hoover type of a vacuum type object. Because when I tried to get that knife inside that, and the knife one of the knives went in.
Really?
Yeah. So what if that's what happened? He panicked. The sheath had gone. He needed to get this just in case he got outside all clear, and someone just happened to pass, and he's got this knife in his hand. So he's pushed it inside the ends of the vacuum.
I mean, it's possible. Anything's a possibility, right?
Isn't it? If she's saying that, I mean, I don't think, I don't know whether she's seeing that or what, or that's what her mind's telling her she's seeing. But if that's the case, and it was, could that be the only reason? If it was an end of which she didn't say at the end, she said a vacuum type object.
Vacuum
But
type object, yeah.
yeah.
And everybody's scrambling over that right now. All of the channels are scrambling over the vacuum type object.
So Lizzo's saying someone commented on a video she watched yesterday that maybe Maddie or Kaylee fought back and grabbed something to hit him, and he took it so they couldn't get DNA from it.
Mm-hmm. Would that have been the vacuum type object?
But there's no waiting that, is there? Or it's just something they picked up quick and they just.
I mean, you never know what's on the bed. Sometimes, girls, sometimes I have fallen in bed with suitcase laying there. I mean, all kind of shit laid up on the bed with me. You know them girls. Mm-hmm. All kind of. I mean, there could have been a laptop laying on the bed. Mm-hmm. I mean, because I'm telling you, someone come in here, I'm picking something up, and they're gonna wear it in their face.
Yeah.
That's actually good too, Lizzo. That's
they picture it like and he's dragged it off them and I don't know. But then he left there, didn't he, and went down to Xana and Eden.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but I did hear also someone say that was it Chris Madonna? I think he's the one that said he thinks that he spent a minute collecting his breath before he went downstairs. We don't know. I mean, this crime happened really, really, really quick, you guys. And I mean, the best news that we have is all these cameras everywhere that is recording times, you know. And like I said,
cameras in the trial, Leni, do you think?
Oh yeah, all that's going to be brought in. This is why they're saying they were saying a 6 to 8 week trial. Now they're saying up to 12 weeks. There's so much.
They're not going to have cameras.
Oh, do I think they're going to have cameras? I do think they're going to have cameras. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I'm glad this is what I wanted to say. I don't know if you guys heard this, but it was put out this morning about 7 hours ago or something. Y'all, the Judge Hippler told both parties, told the defense and told the prosecution, quit submitting stuff to be sealed. He said you can submit it. Huh?
You went robotic.
Oh, did I? Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
I said Judge Hippler about 7 hours ago or 8 hours, maybe it was yesterday. He told both the prosecution and the defense to quit submitting stuff as sealed. He said you can, because that is defeating the whole, or I don't, he put it in more legal terms than I ever could, but he said that it's basically going against the people's rights to open trials and things like this, all this shit that they want sealed. So he told him, he said, stop doing the evidence of stop sealing stuff, because this, now he said it, let me see if I could bring it up, Maggie. Give me a second.
I'll wait for you to come back and then I'll go to spend a penny. Can't you just need to go around everywhere with this case when you just think of things or someone says something, you're like, oh my God, yeah, what if? I just don't know. I mean, I know the girl is seeing what she's seeing, what her mind's telling her she's seeing, but for it to say it's a vacuum type object, that's what's got me. For it to say that, she must have seen something that had something to do with a vacuum. So it could be one of them. Oh, I don't know. I'm all up the wall with it.
All right, Maggie, I found it. So Fox News is reporting this as of 6 hours ago, but I read it early this morning, so I'm not sure when it came out. So this is interesting right here. Can you see it? Okay, good. All right, listen to this, you guys.
Filing so many secret documents in the murder trial against Bryan Kohberger. He's the man accused of stabbing 4 University of Idaho students to death in 2022. The judge said the prosecution and defense teams should lean on redacting documents instead of filing them as sealed. Kohberger has pleaded not guilty in the case. His trial is set to begin in August. Seattle City Council.
What y'all think about that? I mean, I think that is brilliant. It is true. I can understand sealing like pictures, even, their whole case, sealing, I don't know, but everything to be sealed in the case, that's dumb. And it is against, the Constitution. That means there's a lot of stuff we don't know about. Well, remember when I showed you guys, I haven't looked at it today. You could go to the Idaho judicial whatever, and it brings up Bryan Kohberger's whole case and everything that's been filed under his case. I mean, there must be, I couldn't even count. Well, I could count, but I didn't count how many motions to seal, motion to seal, all the way down. And I haven't seen if there was any more that was added to it. The judge is right. Redact it. He said to put redactions in, or you can use initials to protect witnesses. I mean, everybody knows the witnesses now. Knock it off. Let's just be transparent. They want to surprise the jury. Yeah. And I think they want to surprise each other. Vince wants to throw a jab into the prosecution. The prosecution wants to throw a jab into the defense. All right. Oh, do y'all hear it Wednesday? This is all day. If those dogs, it's always something. She's hungry. She wants to go outside, but I could tell you what that one right there is for. You hear how she just changes her voice? It's because both dogs are asleep right now. That's why. Oh, you guys don't hear him? Okay. All right, let's look at this one. Oh, goodness. This one, the Daily Mail, yeah. Okay. This one is Killer Clue by Killer Clue, and this was put out by the Daily Mail. I don't see any date on it. There it is, March 5th, 2025. So this was not that long. Is that today? Is today March 5th? I'm so messed up, but I think it's, oh, wait. No, wait a minute. This was published 5 January 2023. I don't know what that up there is for. Huh. All right, so this was published at 4:18 on 5 January 2023. How Idaho cops linked Bryan Kohberger to crime scene where 4 college students were murdered and revealed he repeatedly stalked their home in the dead of the night. Y'all, I believe this is stalking. I would be like, stop, you creep. Listen, if somebody drove past my house 12 times, I'd be like, you're stalking, stop it. Genetic genealogy, cell phone data, CCTV footage, and evidence left at the crime scene helped the FBI hunt down their suspect and charge him for the quadruple murders in Idaho. PhD student Bryan Kohberger's AT&T cell phone number pinged within the vicinity of the Idaho Murders house. Idaho suspect Kohberger, 28, lived 8 miles from the murder scene. You guys, it was only 8 miles. That's it. Lived 8 miles from the murder scene and drove a white Hyundai Elantra. Cops were looking to trace. He was eventually arrested in Pennsylvania on December 30th. The killer clues which led to the arrest of Bryan Kohberger 47 days after 4 University of Idaho students were murdered in the dead of night now have been revealed. While the local community and country waited with bated breath for cops to arrest the killer, authorities worked to track Kohberger's AT&T cell phone and carefully match it with the suspicious movements on November 13th. Damning evidence from a newly unsealed affidavit shows how police were able to link him to the crime scene after he stalked the college home 12 times before the murders and also returned to the crime scene 5 hours later. Oh, God, he's creepy. PhD student Kohberger, 28, lived 8 miles from the murder scene in Moscow, Idaho, and drove a white Hyundai Elantra cops were looking to trace. And with the help of genetic genealogy, cell phone data, CC footage, and evidence left at the crime scene, they were able to hunt down. We already read that. All right, this is what I really liked. Man, I wish I could blow this up.
Do you want me to go make it bigger?
Can you make this part right here bigger?
Just the map?
The map, the phone records,
or the whole
the
thing with the
timeline,
writing?
the writing too.
Can you send me on Messenger? Where did you get it?
On dailymail.com. I just type in Killer Clue by Killer Clue. Oh my God, Wednesday. I'm going to wait to go over that. I mean, I could take a screenshot of it, Max, and send it to you. Yeah,
but if the writing won't go. The writing, if you take a screenshot, might go all distorted. So let me see.
Oh, wait, I got it. Can you guys see that? Hold on. Let me remove this. Let me get this. Hold on. I think I got it. Oh, goodness. Oh,
I can't find it.
Okay, can you see that now?
I
Yeah.
can see it.
Okay, it's a little bit bigger. All right, I'll go down just a little bit. Well, up a little bit. Well, it doesn't.
So have
All
you
right.
got that on full screen now, Lainey?
Yeah, that's on full screen. Yeah.
Is it?
So I thought this was very interesting. This is a breakdown, and we know how they got this, you guys. To me, these are some of these are actual times, and some of these are maybe times, like the 4 to 4:20 a.m. Okay, they got these times off of doing collecting all the surveillance cameras around that property, watching that car, which way it was traveling. Like if it was traveling, let's just say east, the very next camera going east would have caught him within a few seconds or a few minutes, however far apart they were. Correct? Correct. That's what investigators do. That's why I'm not an investigator, because I don't have time for all that stuff. But here we go. Somebody's broke it down for us. On August 21st, 2022, Bryan Kohberger's phone is picked up close to the Moscow murder house between 10:34 p.m. and 11:35 p.m. He makes 11 subsequent visits before November 13th. All right, so they have got him at different times using his phone data and using, I don't know how long cameras last or whatever. I think they last for 30 days. I'm not sure. I don't own one, but I own one. I own one. So this is August, September, October, November. So this is just 3 months, not even three full months before, about 9 weeks before the murders, you guys. He makes 11 visits. Well, we know of 12. I think the 12th time being the night of the murders. On November 13th, 2022, at 2:42, Kohberger's phone is picked up near his home in Pullman, Washington. At 2:47 a.m., the phone began to travel south through Pullman before going offline. So here's Pullman. Can you guys see my cursor? Can you guys see my cursor? Mags? Am I
just
still
looking
here?
now, Lee. Go on to it. Yeah, listen now. I'm going to put this on now, you know. If you want me to make it bigger.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I'm just going to crop it now and put it in. If you just give me a minute.
Yep, I will give you a minute.
Okay.
Just let me know when you're ready. So the other thing I wanted to say about this is, I wonder. So they tell us that they can see through whatever investigative tool they've used, whether it's GPS or phone or cameras. You know, I am curious to know how many times because remember, they've only got to put in the affidavit enough to get an arrest. That's it. We're not going to know all of the evidence. I think there's more evidence. I somehow believe that in 9 weeks, he either visited there or around where the girls worked more than what they're telling us. I'd be curious to know if wherever the Mad Greek restaurant was, if they've got evidence of him driving past there or parking there. I think they do. I find it funny that here between, okay, thank you. Go back over here. Oh, so much better. Thank you so much, Max. All right. I find it interesting that on the 11 times they put it here that he was driving Okay, it says Bryan Kohberger's phone is picked up close to the Moscow murder house between 10:34 and 11:35. He makes 11 subsequent visits before November 13th. So, remember how he said that he would go for a drive late at night? This isn't exactly late. This sounds to me like he was doing some shit and, he had to get back home because he needed to get to sleep. He's got classes as well. So much little Miss Sharon says it's going to come out in court for sure. All right, let me continue on with this. And then I'm going to go back to the other map that I have because, well, maybe I could do it here. So let's go back to this. So right here you can't see my cursor on it. Okay. So where number 1 is, you guys, underneath this Moscow sign. Okay. That's where the house is. All right. That's where the house is. That's Idaho. Now look on the left side where it says Pullman and it has 276. Where number 2 is, that is where Kohberger lived. Now in that red line that squiggles all the way down to I-95 and across and back up in that little U-shaped thing, that's 8 minutes. Now, why did Bryan go this route? I'm pretty sure we'll have to pull up maps, but I'm sure this is the quickest route. Remember, Kaylee's dad said that there's no, if you're just out for a drive, 12 times you're not going to end up in this little podunk town of Moscow. 12 times late at night in the same exact area, which is just so congested. If you want to go for a drive late at night, you could actually go north and enjoy stargazing even more there. If you're stargazing, why are you going to a town anyways? I'm going out away from town because there's no lights. So that whole stargazing thing makes no sense to me. But he said it takes, what did he say, Maggie? 15, there's 15 different ways to go north. And there's only this way to go over to Moscow. Makes no sense. All right. So where the number 3 is, you can see it. It's going south from Pullman, number 3, down to I-95. It says at 2:47 a.m., the phone began to travel south through Pullman before going offline. So somewhere right here, before he makes the bottom of the U, as I'm going to call it, phone's gone. No more phone, turned it off, or airplane mode, whatever. Personally, Bryan, I would have just left it over in the house. But that's just me. Okay, and I'm not a PhD student, but I watch court TV. Nancy Grace tells me how to commit the crimes. All right, number 4. Maddie Mogan, Kaylee Gonsalves, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapman are murdered between 4 o'clock and 4 a.m. So 1 and 4 are both at the house in Moscow, Idaho. At 4:48, number 5. Number 5 is going south from the house on the Idaho side. Kohberger's phone pings again. So now look at the time frame here. So we know that Bryan Kohberger's, we know that the murders took place between 4 a.m. and 4:20 a.m. What did he do in that 28 minutes from the time that they say the murders were already committed, that he's back online because his phone pings again on Idaho State 95 south of Moscow at 4:48 a.m. So let's just say that the murders didn't take place until exactly 4:20 on the dot. That leaves 28 minutes. 28 minutes for him to leave. Now, it's only an 8-minute drive from place to place. What was Bryan Kohberger doing for the 28 minutes that it took to get from the murder house to where his phone reconnected and he turned it on? He wasn't even what it looks like on this map to me. He would be a good, let's just give him 4 minutes. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. That's not 4 minutes, but let's give it to him. So let's take away from, so what was he doing for 24 minutes? Anybody? I'll wait.
Just driving into oblivion, just trying to frantic, going to try and hide that knife.
So do you think he drove around Moscow?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm.
So,
Because otherwise, if he hasn't driven around, then that knife is somewhere close. But saying that, there wasn't alerted till what time, but then he's not going to know that.
But listen to this. We've lost track of the phone again. Because at 5:30 a.m., if you see number 6, it's up there in Pullman. At 5:30 a.m., it arrives back at Kohberger's home.
So maybe he was out in the wilds and it just didn't have good coverage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so it pinged at 4:48, and then it arrives back to his house at 5:30 a.m. So how many minutes is that apart? 30, 45, 44, 43 minutes. So there's 28 minutes between, let's just say 4:20 was the time they were killed. So now there's 28 minutes that we don't see Bryan at all, that we know of, that we don't see him. Maybe cops know better. Maybe maybe somebody's got him on video. I don't know. We're going to find out. But from 4:20 to 4:48, we don't see Bryan.
Didn't he get a sighting of the car afterwards? No.
I thought that was before.
I thought these. Oh, I don't know. Does anyone know if the
wait? No, that was. So we're going to go back down to number 9 in just a minute. Hold on. So we've got 28 minutes of that we don't know where Bryan's at, and then after that we've got 43 minutes that we don't know where Bryan's at. So, and then at 9 o'clock, number 7, Kohberger's phone begins to move again. Okay. Number 8, back up there in Moscow, it shows at 9:32, phone is picked up near Moscow murder house. Tell me this. The phone begins to move. Here we've got more missing parts. I'm telling you, the police have got this covered for us, though, because here's another 32 minutes of time. They've already told us that it's only 8 minutes from place to place. So that leaves us with 24 minutes. Again, I'm telling you, I believe wholeheartedly that investigators figured this shit out for us, and they're going to be able to close in, except for when his phone was turned off. And I'm like you, Maggie, that I think all the shit, the kill kit, the clothing, everything that he wore into the house, everything he took out of that house, I think is buried somewhere. There's no way this man went, or any man or any person that went to go and kill these people, did not stalk this house, know exactly what route he was going to take in and out, dig a hole somewhere, have everything prepped for as little time as possible to be done with this. Especially when we know of what all happened at his apartment as well, and what was missing from his apartment. I believe there was a hole dug, and I think he knew exactly where he was going. He went straight there. He dropped everything in that hole, covered it up. I think it's out there in the wilderness somewhere. And that was during, I think, the time that after the murders. Well, we know it was after the murder sometime, but I truly do believe that it's buried somewhere. Listen, he's a dumbass. He's a dumbass because he actually thought he was smarter than everybody else in this world, including all these investigators that have been doing what he was trying to train to do for 20 plus years. He thought he was smarter than them guys. Left a damn knife sheaths. Give me a break. All right. So Bryan Kohberger's phone begins to move at 9. His phone is picked back up at 9:32 at the murder house. At 12:36 p.m., 9, 10, 11, 12, that's 3 hours. Kohberger drive past Katie's Cup of Joe coffee stand. We know right there is a video cam. Now there's other video cams around that are going to be able to fill in all these missing pieces. I get it. At 12:46, Kohberger visits Albertsons. Now, can y'all just not wait? Can you not wait to see that footage? You can't listen. Maggie, my heart is exploding.
I can't
do something with Lunch Lady. Do something with her now.
No.
Kill her mic, Maddie.
I didn't mean to click on that. I'm typing here. And I didn't, and my fingers slid right up to there.
It must have been an act of God. God wants us to know that Lunch Lady cannot listen to Nancy Grace.
Oh my God. Should we block her now?
I mean, what else can we do? We're going to have...
Say it out, everyone.
You guys are going to have to listen to the same damn music for the rest of our lives here on YouTube, but at least I got 3 new songs that she did send to me and I've got saved. I'm just kidding. Listen, all y'all don't have to love Nancy Grace like Maggie and I do, but we love her. All right, back to this. I cannot wait to see the footage from Albertsons grocery store of what homeboy's buying at the grocery store after the murders. JB's got it. He blocked her. Can you guys hear me? Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. He bought tofu with gloves on. Yes, April. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. With gloves on.
Did he?
Yes. He was wearing gloves for days after this.
Oh.
So, you guys, I can't wait. Listen, I think this is, I want to see Bryan Kohberger's face whenever he sees all the evidence they have. Can you imagine his face, Maggie?
Yeah. I want to see it change because it hasn't changed an ounce.
Yeah, and maybe it won't change because there's nothing inside. He has no soul. But
it's empty.
Wouldn't it be so good if his mouth just dropped, watching himself walk through Albertsons?
Imagine he stood up and went, "Yes, I've got it right. Brilliant detectives." Dead smug like that.
B says he thinks he was untouchable to do this class and research. He was trying to prove something, but because of his ignorance, he didn't take into consideration his adrenaline. Just saying. Absolutely correct.
Yeah, he was wearing boxing shorts, wasn't he, and black gloves in his mum's kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they found what, Maggie? What did we read? Did they find 2 guns there? One was on his bed.
They got a gun. Yeah, and the swab things, wasn't it? Yeah, got the gun here. It's brown, some type of brown substance. Oh, God.
Yeah. And then, listen, we need to go back into, we're going to have to go back into and pull up exactly watching the police come in and out of his apartment. bringing out evidence, you guys, because listen, tell me why his shower curtain was missing.
Oh, yeah, because that's
Maggie,
been when
what
he's
says
got
you?
in. Well, when he's got in that shower, whatever's on him has splashed all up that curtain. So he's got rid of that.
Yeah.
He's had it splashed all over, hasn't he? So he's wanted to. That's the first thing he's going to do. Because he knew it would get on your tits.
Yeah, and you know that's the first thing that I saw in that whole thing was that his shower curtain was missing. I'm like, oh my god, he didn't replace the shower curtain, and the shower's wide open, and we can see in it. Oh, I got a problem. But everybody has a shower curtain, especially guys. I mean, us girls that just sit our fat asses down in the shower. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in the bathtub. But guys, I could just imagine not having a shower curtain. Baby child Maggie would come out of there and be like, what is going on? Why don't we have a shower
open
curtain?
the shower curtain. I'd have to open it, couldn't bear it. Make the room look too small. Closed.
Do you know baby child always opens it like when he was younger, he was scared of it. He was scared of what was behind it.
Yeah, I think of Bates, yeah. I agree. Something like it.
Yeah. I cannot wait. I mean, this is horrible. Listen, it's horrible, but I just want to see the dumb look on these people. I don't think his face is going to change. I just don't. But
has anyone seen a different look on his face at all? All on every picture being taken, the only one I've seen is a smile when he's smiling at Aunt Taylor.
And it's that real quick smile. It's that I have to smile, so hi.
I just haven't seen another expression on his face at all.
You don't have a shower curtain? Oh my god!
That I've screenshot that I wanna. I agree. Screenshots that I'd like to read when you finish. I think everyone should get rid of the shower curtains.
Oh my god! You guys are just wounding my soul. Listen, don't take a good girl down,
take
guys.
Pictures and send them to Messenger. Send them to me so I can blow them up on here.
I need a pill for every time I come up here. I need a pill. I'm not lying to you. Terrible.
See, you botach the expression. See it?
Yes,
I've never
exactly.
seen another expression on his face, even when he was getting took out the van the day after, taking him into court, or was a few days after, whatever. When he was in the orange suit, you remember, and they had him handcuffed to them.
Yes,
yes. He just didn't look.
He just like it's an. I don't. He doesn't. Does he? I don't think he feels anything.
He just walked in so proud.
Lunch Lady says he's robotic, expressionless. He lacks any emotion. He's a sociopath. His face is we're gonna have to bring up that. I would like to know about that. That's true. Some people do have shower doors. Yeah. Maggie, I'm gonna let you bring up those screenshots because I gotta spend a penny. I will BRB, but I'm listening.
Okay. So these, when I'm looking around, and so found these just about the house and stuff. So the neighborhood directly behind the house does have curvy roads that run into each other. It looks like he exited through that neighborhood and hopped on Highway 95 heading south. Highway 95 is only a few minutes drive from the house. Now, this is just people like us who were thinking what way he could have done it, or what, trying to put things together. It's not fact. It's just interesting when you read other people's things. You think, oh, yeah. I've mentioned this a few times. The house was difficult to get to and was located in the middle of two dead ends. It is way too inconvenient of a location for it not to be deliberate. In my opinion, even if he didn't stalk any of the victims, he absolutely scouted the location and knew exactly how to get around that area in the dark. And at night, it is dark over there. Probably lurked around for months. Terrifying. Have I gone off that? Oh. I think one of the main reasons for the prior visits was to check out the house, but also to try and memorise a few different ways out of there, knowing he'd have his phone off and couldn't use GPS. If you street view the developments behind the King Road house, those streets could get confusing and make a few wrong turns in the dark. Also, the country roads where the side road you're supposed to take can easily be missed. Boom, you just answered my question for me. Ellie said his phone was off at a certain time and then back on like immediately as soon as he got back in the car. And then it was probably on airplane mode and his phone pinged when and where they said, yet now there is an expert who says his phone wasn't even in Moscow. Don't get me wrong, his phone didn't have to be there for him to be. But the problem here is going to be Ellie said pinged at certain times and what time he turns it off and on. If this expert can tell you exactly where the phone was, how can Ellie explain that? How can Ellie explain his phone is being picked up during them times they say it was off? They should never have been so adamant about this if they didn't have the 100% proof, because now they can't back out and do what? Say, oh, we thought this is the way it happened. I'm down in Pullman for a business trip, and I morbidly wanted to drive by the house that is now demolished on King Road, just to see where it was. I noticed that you would have to deliberately go there, you know. It's out of the way, it's not on a main road, but kind of tucked back in. I know BK's cell phone pinged over there numerous times before and again after. This would have been deliberate. He wasn't just driving around aimlessly. This tells me that he was probably studying the house and stalking those girls. Well, he was, wasn't it? By, you know, that parents have said that, so now we know that's true. But see how away that house is? Do you know what I mean? So it's definitely premeditated, isn't it? Let me get these comments on. So what do you think of that? Let me get
what
that
was
off.
What was the first one that you said that they said that he wasn't stalking, but he was surveilling? Isn't that the same thing?
That one. Yeah, it was stalking and surveilling. If you
is stalking and surveilling, wouldn't you think if someone was surveilling your house, wouldn't you call that?
Isn't it? It's not. It's a completely different thing, isn't it? Oh, I don't know.
I think if someone was surveilling my house, they'd be stalking me.
Keeping an eye on the house for whatever reason, maybe for not murder in mind. And gone, JB, help us
JB,
out.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Let us know, JB. We need to know.
So
listen,
if you're surveilling my house, Leonie, you're watching my house.
So I'm stalking you.
If you're stalking me, that means you're following me on social media, you're watching me in the house, you're following me around shops. I think.
Yeah, but
surveillance would be a law enforcement term. See, Leonie, get right. JB told us. Thank you, JB.
I still think if somebody is surveilling my house, I'd be like, fucking stalker, ain't nothing to see here. Move on.
Yeah.
Nancy. Come and get him. Oh, Lizzo says it's the same thing, but with different intent.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you're not going to kill someone and you're just watching.
Oh, like those peepers.
I don't know.
Like peeping.
Or not even, because not all stalkers kill, Judy. So it's just, I don't know. I thought stalking was like he was doing social media, following them around and stuff like that. Surveillance to me is just standing and watching them in the house. So just watching them. Oh, I don't know, but what would you reckon? But Leonie would never see me. Oh, JB. She's got a surveillance,
Bees are stalking all of us.
Stalking me, Maggie. Well, I hope you've got legs that can leg it here. Big long legs. Like daddy long legs.
All right, let me pull up something else that I've got, you guys.
I'm going into do a delete and spree now.
Okay. All right. I feel like we already know the key pieces of evidence against him. You know, they're talking about the knife sheath, the DNA found on it, the surveillance, the car. Here's what I want to know. I pulled this up just because I wanted to hear you guys talk. I don't know if you guys have, he doesn't talk much. Yes, no, maybe so. So let's just listen to Bill really, really quick. Oh wait, what the hell did I do?
Students in November appeared in court once again this morning.
Yeah, Fox 13's Bryan Flores tracking this story for us right now and joins us from the newsroom with more. Hi, Bryan.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Yeah, nothing earth-shattering here. No plea was entered today. Basically, this hearing was more on scheduling moving forward. Now, as a person accused in a crime like this, and as we've seen this in cases past, defendants in this case, like Kohberger, they do have the right to a preliminary hearing within 14 days of his first court appearance or when charges are first released. But in most cases, defendants waive that right so that defense attorneys can build their case as well. Now, both the defense and the prosecution earlier this morning agreed that a preliminary hearing will now be scheduled for the summer. We did, however, hear from Kohberger for the first time as the judge confirmed that waiving that right is what he wants to do. Take a listen.
If you waive your right to a speedy preliminary hearing, it does not mean that you're giving up your right to have a preliminary hearing. It simply means that you would not be able to come back and challenge that the state did not present probable cause within 14 days. Do you understand?
Yes.
Have you had enough time to speak with Ms. Taylor about your decision to waive your right to a speedy preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Do you need any additional time to do so?
No. Ms. Taylor, who we heard from, is his attorney, state-appointed attorney, by the way. Prosecutors allege he killed Kaylee Gonzalez, Maddie Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin while they were on winter break. Investigators zeroed in on Kohberger as the main suspect less than 2 weeks after the murders. Court documents show roommates saw.
See, there's the red right there. Did you guys see that? Let me stop that just a minute, Maggie. I don't know if you saw it.
After the murders, and police say his phone pinged a suspect walking out of there as the main suspect less than 2 weeks after the murders. Court documents show roommates saw the suspect walking out of their home after 2 weeks after the murders. Court.
Do you see it right there? The crime scene. I mean, not the evidence tape. So they just put the red tape up like that. It's just a sealing of it. That way they know if they go there the next morning and it's broken, that somebody else has been in that apartment. Remember, at this time, they did not have a suspect yet. So they didn't know what they were dealing with. You know, people coming in and out. If you notice, the police car was parked in the front of the house. I never saw that there was, I feel like they should have had police coverage in the front, the back, the side. But all we ever saw was police in the front. Surely, though, they had some kind of surveillance going on the house, but who knows? Who knows? But this is what I'm talking about, where it looked like it was up on the cabinet or up on the wall in the picture that we saw. It's actually evidence tape because, like I said, this slider did not work. It was broken.
Documents show roommates saw the suspect walking out of their home after the murders, and police say his phone pinged near the scene that morning. The father of one of the victims says he believes his family will get justice.
I want this case to get stronger and stronger to the point where he realizes that he's not going to be on the planet that long.
Now, police arrested Kohberger in Pennsylvania more than a month later. The judge refused bail after prosecutors argued he is at risk of leaving the state yet again.
See that quick smile? Like I have to smile.
Will be Monday, June 26th at 9 a.m. In the newsroom, Bryan Flores, Fox 13 News.
All right. I just wanted to, you guys could hear just a minute of his talking. I would be interested to find hi 12 gauge investigative. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I am curious. I want to look up. I'm probably going to look it up today because now I feel this deep burning inside of me to know. I want to find the movie that his sister was either helped produce. I think she was actually in the movie. It's like one of those B movies that didn't get played on the screen or nothing like that, big screen. But I don't know. Maybe the police have taken it all down by now. I don't know. But I'm going to try to find it. I'm curious, really curious about it. Also, this is what I want to know. Hold on. Lulu said, I'd feel quite special if I had a stalker. Girl, I'll stalk you. I want a stalker too. I want a real stalker. I want not a scary type stalker, but just one that's like winks at me. I love a man that winks.
Did you rethink about that then, the way you said it?
What did I say?
Not one that will hurt me.
Yeah, because I mean, thinking about
there's some lunatics on here.
Yeah, well, I don't want a lunatic stalker. I want one that winks at me, like. But you want a stalker. You shut up. Go in your room.
What did you say?
That was my bonus kid. He was like, but you want a stalker. Go in your room. Nobody cares. It's a huge red flag for Red Rum, though. If one of my clients is being stalked by an ex, we take it to the cops to get orders. It's a major indicator of escalation. B's a stalking Lulu as well. First time chatter and creator. Well, welcome, 12 Gauge Investigative. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in. And I love chatters. Welcome. Put your boots on. Put your boots on. Will you stalk me? His sister was in that movie. That's what Joni said. Please stalk me.
You said it. You'll have to listen back at that, Lainey.
Yeah, I don't want that kind of stalker. I want this. I want to make my own stalker. I'm going to make my own AI stalker. That's what I'm going to do. But anyways, listen, I want to know this as well. So my baby child drives an Elantra. It's a 14. I think it's a 14, 13, 14. It's 14, I think. Anyways, what I want to know is, we'll have to look it up. Is there anything on cars so we have GPS on cars, right? Like I have GPS on all my cars. I just punch in the address, bada bing, bada bang. I'm traveling, right? I'm getting there. Is there any way to, like the black box on, I know this is probably going to sound stupid.
Yeah.
But you know how they have black boxes? They do.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Workplaces put them in now to see, because they use the cars for here, there, and everywhere, or the vans. So they want to know where they've been. And that's
right,
Chris Watts has one.
But I'm saying, like, for regular cars, like for yours and for mine, who we use GPS to get places, does it have like a little black box that is like airplanes where, you could see? I know that's dumb, and I've never heard of it before, but I'd be curious if there was any way to track, like if you pulled up my Google of where I'm locating, you know what I mean? Or where I'm just driving to. Just from my car.
He said some cars have them.
Who said that?
Rental cars have them.
Real? Oh, well, that makes sense. The movie was 2 days back. Is that what it's called? 2 days back? We should have a watch party. 2 days back. I can find it. Isn't his sister's name Samantha? Why do I keep hearing that name? Samantha Kohberger. Anyways, I'll figure it out. But I want to watch that. But who did you say said that some cars have them, Maggie?
Honey, he said rental cars have them almost certainly.
Look
it up.
Let's see something.
What are they called? Trackers or something? I'm looking it up now. Is anyone? Let's see if anyone in chat knows.
GPS car tracking uses satellite-based technology to monitor a vehicle's location in real time. But it's more than just pinpointing a spot on the map. It can provide turn-by-turn driving directions, monitor driving behaviors for safety journeys, and even assist law enforcement in recovering stolen vehicles. Can GPS navigators be tracked? If the car has Google or similar, it will send data the first time it connects to the internet. Wow. Can you track Elantra? What was it, a 15 or 14?
This was a 13. I've got a clip.
Yes, you can track a Hyundai Elantra using GPS through the Blue Link app, which allows you to locate your vehicle using the car finder. So would you have to download it? Oh, so he would have. Oh, I'm talking about police using it. I'm not talking about that for where you're drunk and forget where your car is. Oh wow, you can track. Oh, collecting car location data. Oh. Here we go. Does anyone know if there would be some way to hook into the car GPS to collect and extract the location information? Blue Link can query that and show the car location on map, but I'm just wondering if the data is or could be stored anywhere. I could fit a GPS logger to do that, but it would be simpler if I could use what's already in the car. This sounds suspicious as fuck, doesn't it? Who wants to know that? I wouldn't have even thought to even say that unless, I mean, I don't want to use my GPS or my Google. I just want to know if my car can already track it. That sounds too suspicious. I suspect the various data protection regulations may prevent that. Do the various OBD scanners people use record any location or speed data, or is that all just about battery? This would be just for my own interest to analyze my Y'all, this is suspicious. Who are you, Peters? You discussion starters. Peters wants to know. He just wants to use it for his own interest to analyze his driving. Y'all, he's suspicious. I do similar spatial data analysis for work. So this would be interesting to do something with my own data. What are you going to do, Peters? You scare me, you freak. All right. I'm sure Hyundai is keeping a telemetry data for themselves. And then someone else says, yes, OBD2 apps like Car Scanner can record the GPS position along with data, time, speed, and many other attributes. You can then export and load into a spreadsheet. The GPS position may actually come from your mobile phone running the app, but it is saved along with the OBD data in a singular data file. So it should work for your purpose. Below is an example of a car scanner data file exported as a CSV file. What? That would be interesting. All I know is Peter doesn't sit right with me. This says, yes, a car scanner can show entire archive trip on Google Maps. Sensor values paired to a location on map with variable replay speed. Huh. Interesting. Oh, Maggie's up here twice. Good to see you, Mags. Maggie. Cars have a black box, like a black box now. Dude, where's my car? Amanda Kohberger. That's it. That's it. That's it. You're right. When you're right, listen, Joni, when you're right, and you're right. Amanda Kohberger. All right, I'm going to look it up. Just Leni, my favorite stocking pin of her that I got, ask her to show it to you all. No, I'm scared. When did they start putting black boxes into cars? Let me bring it up. Good question. Ooh, black boxes, also known as event data recorders, EDRs, have been used in cars since the mid 1970s, but became widespread in the mid 2000s. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration made them mandatory in all new cars starting September 1, 2014. Yo, I think his car is a 2015. How widespread are black boxes in cars? Most new cars sold in the United States since the mid 2000s have an EDR. If your car was manufactured after 2012, it's likely equipped with an EDR. How do I know if my car has an EDR? Check your owner's manual, it says. Use a vehicle search tool to see if your make model has a black box.
So this was 2011 to 2013, it says here. Oh, hang on. That says the police in Moscow said that away sounds out. Now it's saying Kohberger's car was a 215.
Right. So, and this says it was made mandatory in all new cars starting 2014. What does the black box record? Black boxes record a wide range of information that can be used in the event of an accident. The length of time data is preserved from a crash varies according to make and model. What is the purpose of a black box? Black boxes play a vital role in accident analysis. They help investigators solve the mystery of airplane crashes. Let me see.
The little cams now, haven't they? Dash cams.
Yeah.
The stuff. That holds a lot of stuff.
2015 Hyundai. Ooh, I put in, does the 2015 Hyundai Elantra have a black box? It says yes. Most cars, including the 2015 Hyundai Elantra, have an event data recorder, which is an EDR, also known as the black box. This device records data about the vehicle driving conditions before, during, and after the crash. So it doesn't. All right, what the EDR records is speed, throttle position, brake use, airbag deployment, seatbelt, and angles. So I'm guessing it doesn't record location. Let me see. Newt, give me a minute, buddy.
Do you think that is to be mentioned somewhere, Lee?
No, they don't have to put it out. I mean, it's got to be part of their discovery. But I mean, it's got to be part of the discovery to the defense. But
let's look
they don't have
if the Elantra has it in.
I did.
What's it say?
It says that Yeah, the 2015 Hyundai Elantra does have a black box in it. But what I'm seeing, so what I'm seeing the black box holds is basically for crash data. So the EDR records data about speed, braking, acceleration, steering, and more. It's designed to capture up to 5 seconds of data before and after an accident. The data can be used by investigators, insurance company, and law enforcement to determine what caused a crash. But Hyundai announced in 2019 that all new Hyundai vehicles would be equipped with the black box. Hyundai vehicles also have an anti-theft engine immobilizer, which became standard in 2021. So I don't think the black box records location.
So someone's asking on here, can the black box be disabled? I have an Elantra and I'm wondering if the car event data recorder or black box. If so, can anyone tell me what the black box records and if it can be easily disabled? Maybe it was him. Something in the owner's manual makes me think it does, although nobody at my dealership seems to know anything about it.
Where are you reading that at?
It's on a Hyundai forum.
Oh. Lizzo says also in Washington, his car doesn't require a front plate. And the white Elantra had no front plate. Cars in Idaho require right. And also in Pennsylvania, it doesn't as well. And all of the pictures that we have that are clear enough to see videos and pictures, the white Elantra that they believe to be the car that the suspect is driving does not have a front plate. That is just another, one of the unlucky things to happen to Bryan Kohberger. If it records location, they have to know where he was, right, April? Aussie True Crime, I will. Hold on just a second. Aussie, I love you, honey. We're praying for you. I will go live later, and we will track the cyclone coming in. Love you so much.
Oh, good night. Take care, Aussie. I hope everything's okay, love.
12 gauge investigate. Lunch Lady says, what do you think of Bryan Kohberger? Do you think he's the right guy? I'd be curious as well. I'd be curious as well. Let me know what you think. If you want to come up on panel, I can drop the link. We'd love to have you. And even if you believe that he is not guilty, people are entitled to their opinions. I love it. Yes, take care, our dear sis. Please, can you leave a message on Lee's community post on Saturday that you're okay? I'm concerned for you. Yes.
Yeah, you too, Lou. Any of the Aussies in, let us all know that you're okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Lenny, I'm going to have to go, love, because he's up for work in the morning.
All right, honey. I love you too.
But before I go, can I just see what this looks like? Because I see it every night in my house. Just got to see. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, we'll have to take Lunch Lady's clip off. Hang on. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Come on. You ready? Let's see what it looks like, Lee. Look how we'd look. Come here, Nancy. The face on it.
Whoa. Why are your pictures better than my Daddy?
I should have done them a bit smaller to make them more real.
Well, Nancy, it's because we're catfishing. That's why. Just hang out with us, though. We're so cool.
Sorry, Lee. What did you have? What did you have anything on there? You didn't, did you?
I love it so much. I really
I'm gonna go
do.
anyway. I'm gonna get up. I've got to get washed and dressed and everything. So, my eyes, I'm falling asleep. So I've had a great night again. I've really enjoyed it. I love doing this Kohberger. It's
Me
great.
too.
Love it. I
Lulu
love
says, "Hooroo, hooroo!" Our dear Max, lovely to hear you and Leanie together. Builds me up. Hugs and kisses, lots of kisses.
Oh, it's good, isn't it? I love it. I love it. That's it. I love it. Just to tell you that I
We
love
can
it.
barely hear you.
Say I love it as much as I love Nancy Grace.
I love it as much as I love Nancy
Or
Grace.
not half as much as I love you.
Not as much as I love you. Yeah. There's a song. There's a song.
Is it coming on? Yeah, you can feel it coming on a song.
I just can't remember the song. But there's a song that goes with that.
Hooroo, Lulu. Good night, everyone. Good night, April, JB, Lizzo, Lou. Lunchy, is she gone? Oh, there she is. Lunchy. Inspirational, RB. Who else am I missing, Lee? Who else? Am I missing?
April, Joni.
I said that. Joni. I miss Joni.
All of our fun people that hang out in the bushes.
Everyone who's here, if I've missed you, I'm so sorry. Everyone in the bushes, thanks for being there. And I'll speak to you all tomorrow.
Love you, Max. Get some rest, honey.
Good night and God bless.
Good
And
night, honey.
all the Aussies, stay safe. Carry on, Lee, because I'll be listening. Good night,
And
everyone.
I know you're tired and you're almost asleep, but don't forget to do our Q&A thing for tomorrow. Same time, same place.
See what she's like, you got the whip house on me, this one. I'm going to do it right now.
That would be wise. I love you.
Okay, boss. Good night.
Good night, honey. I did see up here real quick that April said, did Bethany see a naked man walking by the house? Listen, I don't know. Here's the deal. Whatever Bethany saw, it was exculpatory to her, meaning only she could speak on it, right? And she was called to testify to it from the defense. And they wanted her to come back to Idaho because she's not in Idaho anymore. They wanted her to come back to Idaho to testify in one of the hearings about it. And she was like, absolutely not. Her lawyer was like, absolutely not. I'm not coming back until I have to come back. And so they were able to do a Zoom live with her. So whatever it is that Bethany saw or heard or whatever, that the defense is planning on using, I would reckon, will be brought up in court and we'll know for sure what it is. Nobody knows what it was that she saw or heard. I know people will speculate on it, but who knows what it was, but it's something definitely that only she saw or heard. And when I wonder, here's what I wonder. So if that's true, right? Because that wasn't put in the PCA, the original PCA, anything about Bethany, right? They just used Dylan Mortensen's. If it's true, then whatever the defense learned that was exculpatory, that word is so hard for my tongue to get around, to Bethany, exculpatory to Bethany, they had to have learned from the prosecution. They had to, whatever they learned that Bethany knew, saw, heard, they had to get it in discovery. And they thought it to be vital enough to his defense that they wanted to talk to her. And so they did over Zoom. Now, I'm curious. I guess we're just gonna have to wait to find out. I'm wondering if, because of course, both of those girls are gonna be in the trial. I'm wondering, are they gonna be able to Zoom in? I just can't imagine for them having to sit in that courtroom. I just can't imagine how, they're young. They're so young and they have to be traumatized. I just can't imagine how that would be if they would be strong enough to actually come back and sit on the stand instead of doing it through Zoom. What's the August date for trial? It starts on August the 11th. I think the end of July, like July 30th or 31st, is when they begin the jury selection. But trial is set right now for August the 11th. I really think that it's going to go through because it's this judge is no nonsense, you guys. He's like no nonsense. He's not playing with these people. They've all had enough time. It's going to be nearly 3 years by the time this goes to court. So I don't think I just don't think he's playing. I just don't think he's playing. I think we're gonna actually see. I'd be traumatized if I had seen BK naked. Well, I know there are times that they have people go through Zoom, but on the other hand, I say they're kids, but they're kids to me, right? But according to the law, I mean, they're over 18, so I don't know if they're going to be subpoenaed to come back. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot more people that have gone through horrific things that end up facing their, the perpetrator in court. So who knows? I don't know what Idaho will allow, but I'm anxious to hear everything. I'm anxious to hear everything. I can't wait to do this. For those of you that don't know, we will be going live every day of the court hearings. So that's what we're doing. We're just kind of going through everything, talking things through, only using facts. I'm not doing this thing where, a person close to the investigation, my source says this. Fuck that source. I'm not doing that. If I am speculating, I will tell you I'm speculating, but the only stuff that I'm pulling up is stuff that is in the PCA, that's in the court records, or something that the family or the judge or the lawyers have said themselves. Just not going to do, speculations with everybody else out there that's doing this. We all have opinions and you're allowed opinions, but the problem is that people mistake those for facts. I mean, they're literally making people think it's factual when it's not. And that's how all these rumors get started about things like fingernails and all the other bullshit that's starting to come out now. So, Sergeant Joe Smith, hello. Oh, Sergeant Joe, I love you, honey. Thank you so much. I'm glad to have a fan. I'm glad. All right, guys. So I'm going to be live later tonight. At some point, I'm going to start tracking Cyclone Alfred that is headed straight for Australia as we speak. Aussie True Crime will be, she says that the eye is coming straight for her. So I know of a couple people, Lulu, Aussie True Crime, Kaz, Kaz at home, Mac J, who is Aussie True Crimes co-host, are all in the line of destruction, y'all, and so many more people that we don't know of. Again, Lulu said that that part of the country has not, they don't have the infrastructure and the houses built for these types of things because they're kind of unheard of in this part of their country. So all I can liken it to is that hurricane that came up straight to North Carolina, you guys, and I mean wiped all those people out, and everybody's just like, this never happens. It's never goes up there like that. By the time it hits there, it's already a tropical storm, no big deal, you know. But that was full strength hurricane. So I kind of know that's the only thing that I kind of be able to liken this to. And we're seeing that a lot around the world, I think, where different things in nature and weather is happening that we haven't seen before. So over the next 24 hours, if you could keep our Australian family in your prayers, I will be live within the next, I don't know, 8-9 hours, I guess. And we will keep an eye together on our Aussie family and be in prayer for them and just kind of have a little party around them, I guess. And then I know some of them will dip in if they can. I know Aussie True Crime said that she will come and give us an update during the eye if the eye goes over her like it's predicted to. So if you guys can just keep them in your prayers because it's a scary time for them. Also tomorrow, Maggie has probably already set it up or will be setting it up that we will do Q&A tomorrow on the Kohberger thing, just to go back over some of the stuff that we talked about today, questions we may have about what we learned today. And I will probably pull up some more things that have to exactly to do with what we talked about today, just in case we don't have that many questions, we'll have something to go over. So it'll be the same time tomorrow that we'll be redoing that. And if you can, Wednesdays are Kohberger Wednesdays. You guys try to remember that and make sure your bells are clicked so I can ring your bells. And because every Wednesday is Kohberger Wednesday up until trial, where we break down, revisit, go over everything in this case that we can find that is factual and nothing but. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you got your bells clicked, and make sure you guys like it. Please just like it. It's faux free. I ain't asking for nothing else. There will be so much more that we don't know that points to him being guilty. They will have seized his laptop and accessed everything in the months previous. That's correct. That's correct. I have the best stalking picture of all these ladies. I'm scared. Sergeant Joe Smith, you're busted. You told me that I was your favorite, you traitor. I think Sergeant Joe Smith is a playa. He's a playa. Cash should be a-okay. She is very far south. Hope she gets some rain from it, though. Okay. The end of this world as we know it. That's right, April. That's right. Thank you so much, bees. You can ring my bell, ring my bell, ring my bell. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'm getting silly because I've only had 2.5 hours sleep. And so I probably need a nap, but first I'm going to check in on the cyclone, and then I'm going to take a nap, and then I'm going to try to find that movie that Bryan Kohberger's sister was in. Hope you guys will join me later on in a couple of hours. Have your bells clicked and all that. If not, we'll hopefully see you tomorrow at the next live. If you can't be good at it, you guys. And send me video, okay? Because I need some content. Do that for me, okay? Love you guys so much. Mods, thank you so much. You guys are the baddest and the maddest mods ever. Thank you for keeping chat clean and keeping it moving. Thank you to the chatters. Without you, we have no channel. Thank you to those that are members of this channel too. Without you, we also have no channel because someone's got to pay StreamYard. So we might as well all break it up. All right. Love you guys so much. Take care. Be good or be good at it. See you next time. Bye.